Discretion is advised.
Ever get that feeling that all of your friends live in different colors than you do? Cause like, I see Rem is a little pale. I see Brew is a little yellow. And I see Envy is a little pink. Am I the only one that sees all the different colors of the wind on today's We Are Back episode? Just me? It's just me? Okay, it's just me. Guys, happy Saturday. You are listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 270. We are in patch 9.0.1 of the end of the line for BFA. Tonight, we have a lot to talk about, but I don't know necessarily that we're actually going to talk about a lot of things, mostly because we've been away for a really long time and we have a lot of things to catch up on. There have been quite a bit of things that have transpired. Transpired? Did I say that right? There have been quite a lot of things that have happened since we have been away. We do apologize we have been away. I mean, I don't really apologize because I needed the break. However, guys, we have a lot to talk about. So get some drinks. These boys probably should adjust their colors because literally every box is a different color. And I am going to play this beautiful intro. Stay right here.
In 2014, a crack commando unit was banned from trade chat for comments they didn't make. These men and women promptly escaped from the Stormwind stockades to the Iron Forge underground. Today, still hunted by the trolls of trade chat, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, then maybe you can hire the Pwnecast. Leader and brains of the operation, it's Belle.
I want tacos so bad.
Betrayer of the priestly order and huntard extraordinaire, it's Remedies.
I just went in there, and Hector is gonna be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines.
Tanking it on the front lines with the threat of gingivitis, it's Brusif.
Trying to learn just how to floss for like the last 2 years, and I still can't.
With the Pwnecast team assembled, let the battle for Azeroth begin.
Hello, people of podcast land. This is Winstalin speaking, and Winstead from the Technically PvP podcast, and you are listening to the Pwnecast podcast.
I gotta say, you know, I was watching these guys while the intro was playing. I can never hear anything they're saying, because if I have to hear them, then that means you guys have to hear them, because I haven't figured out how to isolate that yet. I'm not that advanced, guys. But, you know, there's just so many things that I want to say to them. And I feel like I should unmute them. Do you guys think I should unmute them? Should we? Because I'll unmute them if you guys think we should. Like, I totally don't mind. Or we could just keep them muted, and this could just be like a thing between you and I guess I'll unmute them.
Bring back what Jim used to do. I'm gonna rap during the
Please can't rap.
introduction stuff.
Rapping is very
settle down, Eminem.
Rapping is very inappropriate.
Besides,
I'm gonna go to a mythic. Don't give me a ticket.
Wow, that's
Get the fuck out of here.
cultural.
You've been voted off the island.
That's like cultural appropriation.
I wasn't even on the island.
You are the island. That's really.
What's your name then? Like your rapper name? Like Creeper, Spider?
My rapper name is Preheat because I preheat that mix.
Nico?
Listen, now you're gonna get a lawsuit and a trademark, a cease and desist, and
What, for using a
one
word out of a fucking
unnamed
English
guild
dictionary?
leader berating you in his stream chat and trying to cancel.
Do I have to give royalties when I preheat my oven now? Or
Yes. Like I was saying, what if one day he decides, like 10 years from now, he all of a sudden wants to be Postheat? Does he have to re-trademark Postheat?
Is he gonna have like a
Yeah.
funky name? Like
What if he wants to be like
Post Limon
mid-heat? Like
Heat?
average heat.
Post limon. I like it.
Average heat?
He can
Sometimes-
change his name. You know what? He can change his
Present
name to
heat?
like in Spanish instead of like Preheat Calientito or something stupid.
He could be like...
What up, guys? I got my vape pen.
So what? So like, I think he needs like
It's
all of them
preheating
trademarked,
now?
right? Because before the boss pull, he's preheat. During the boss fight, he is present heat, and then after the boss kill, he is post heat.
Ooh. And then when he's 40, he's menopause. Heat. He's heat flash. That's what he is.
Heat flash.
He's
Incontinent
he's
heat.
heat flash. Oh, guys. Welcome back. If you are new to Pwnecast, I apologize. I don't actually, but
Wow, are you new here?
who's new? I'm not new. I mean, I might be.
Oh,
new.
you didn't have to. Never mind.
Oh.
I fixed it. Don't worry.
Gabe is.
What did I do? Did I do a
sorry.
thing?
Envy is dying.
Oh, well, my name is Belle. If you are new, if you are old, welcome back. Sorry we have been away. We've been off. I don't even know what we've been doing, to be perfectly honest. I did bring the Writers Rohan with me. I did bring Remedies, apparently the one with 10 years rating experience.
Yeah, I've got all the rating experience that's needed to join all the
Over
guilds.
10 years.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of this guy. He really came through, you know.
I feel really accomplished with my rating experience.
Accomplished enough to trademark your name?
Why not?
Maybe one day I'll grow an ego big enough
It's
to
going to
do
be a
that.
great show because I have not been a dick for a really long time because we haven't had the show. I've had to silently be a dick. So you're going to get all of the unleashed dickism.
How many personalities are going to be on the show then?
Oh, probably all 37 of my personalities. Am I 37? No. Am I 38? Can somebody text my
Like
ginger
your
and ask
age?
him how old I am? I don't remember.
Hey, Bill, what was Christ like?
He actually did not have a sense of humor at all, if you can believe that.
He had pretty cool sandals though.
But,
Like he did. He paved the way in the sandal game. Am I 38?
But what kind of like car did he drive? 'Cause
It
he's
was a
always
camel.
taking the fucking wheel, evidently.
It was a camel.
Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
No, it was a Honda Accord.
He walked on
Jerusalem
water. He
Cruisers?
didn't need a car. Hello? I also did bring Envy the Mystical. Can somebody please define mystical and then use it in a sentence?
You've never listened to Mystical?
Of course
Like
I've
nobody
listened.
can really listen to him or understand what the fuck he's saying.
You
but-
don't have to understand. You just have to be able to watch yourself.
Before you wreck yourself.
No, that's a different rapper.
Yes.
No, I know.
Get out of here right now.
Mystical's not really great for his lyricism, but he is great for his beats. Is that a thing?
Mysticalness.
Interesting. Probably not. And then apparently Bruce of the Burnt.
There was an incident.
Envy, I'm surprised you didn't make fun of me at all. Like Rem did all the making fun of.
Oh,
Can I get some context, please?
So I went to like relight my smoker because it went out, and basically there was a fireball, and I singed off parts of my eyebrow. I have no eyelashes on my right eye, and I singed off half of my beard, so I had to shave.
You can't even tell. Well,
pretty high right now.
It happens. It's okay.
Ugh.
oh,
Give
we
me 1
got
second.
subs. Hey, how come my Streamlabs?
Oh, do we need a notification? Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, but my Streamlabs. Okay, so my Stream
to
Deck
do
is
this.
not
I'll be right
working,
back.
and I think I forgot to plug it in. So thank you, Grin, for gifting subs, for being in subs, and for being in the
Style boys.
yeah.
I'm a style boy.
somebody
for
sing
life.
Life.
the Style Boys, and of course, Jessie. We can always count on her to support us. Can Rem, you get to sing the song, the donkey roll. Do the donkey roll.
Oh my god, I don't even remember it.
Because I can't do my
I haven't rehearsed. Next
Stream
time.
Deck is not plugged in, guys. Something is happening.
I'll have I'll make room to do the dance next time too.
So, so at least there wasn't tech issues. At least I was ready and prepared. I got a new Bertha, so I think I might have forgotten to plug the Stream Deck in and didn't realize it. But it is a quality production here at Pwnecast. We do, we do things that are quality-ish in nature. So before we get into the good stuff, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's get an update on what everybody here has been doing since we last met. I believe it was in July or June. June. I don't know.
One of those months.
Let's start with you, Rem. What did you do during this hiatus?
6 months of WoW.
I might kill Gabe. I mean Envy.
So, before the free patch, there was just like a lot of chores. I was trying to get the lore master all tidied up because I was lazy and haven't gotten it. I'm pretty sure
don't have the lore master.
I'm pretty sure it bugged out because I don't have anything on Kalimdor when I've leveled through that place like twice when I was Horde. So
what you're saying?
I don't know. No, I don't have the title in game, but I will have it. It's
So
all it
you
is
have-
just monotonous questing.
You have been pretending to be the master of lore?
Well, I mean, the lore master title in game isn't really being lore master; it's just doing the quests. I know the story for all the zones. I just don't do every single quest because whenever they did the whole switch around, it was like you got to complete X of the quest, and now it's like you have the 1 through 4 of the quest lines in there. And yeah,
We're gonna have to consider replacing our resident lore master, who apparently has a false title. He isn't really a master of lore,
I feel like I've been lied to, Pepe Hands.
right?
life is a lie. It's okay.
I hear
We'll
one
get
of you
over it.
clicking, so make it where I don't hear you clicking. Did you guys miss that? I missed that.
My hands aren't on the mouse.
Yeah, I know who it was. I was just trying not to be a dick. Brew, what have you been doing? I know you've been doing some, farming.
Real life shit?
You're doing some stuff with marble, and you're like making a dream happen. I don't know whose dream, but it seems to be a dream.
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting married, so preparing to have.
Oh, I'm pretending like that's brand new. That was my stage surprise sound. Did I do good?
A plus.
I think
Very close to S tier, but A plus.
I think I retweeted it, so if I have any followers left after the shit posting that I've been doing the last couple months, then the jig is up. So you're getting married to a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
It is woman, right? Yes.
Yes.
These days I don't judge. I just check, right? I fact check.
Hey, people, sometimes people need that change. They feel that they need that change, and that is okay.
Or Envy is on an on-call. I also am
Yeah.
on call, but I am not answering any on-calls.
I also sold out and started making reaction videos on my YouTube.
Did you do reactions for reactions for reactions?
No, but I can. Give me something to react to. And
I'm gonna make a
Off the
video
top of my
reacting to
head,
your
I can
reaction.
Give you 5 things to react to.
Send me links. I'll make it happen.
Just go to Twitter and look up World First Guilds.
Just sit
Past
there and
and present,
meme.
and you will find a plethora.
Just go on Twitter and just meme Preheat for 20 minutes.
And you will get all the material you need.
Mhm.
Because it's post-heat. Mid-heat.
Mid-heat.
In heat, right? That's even better. That's like the better of all the things.
Is it though?
Okay, honestly, now that Angie has brought this up, and I'm waiting for Envy to get done with this call so that he can give us what he's been doing. I do gotta say, like, we're gonna obviously talk about this situation later, and the only reason we're gonna talk about it isn't because I want to throw shade. It isn't because I am mean. It's because fuck your trademark. But we'll talk a lot about that. But I just want to say that in the course of us talking about this, I know that I say a lot of very negative things surrounding a certain big dick streamer. And it isn't personal. It's 100% it's just, it is what it is, man. Like, I don't make you be who you are. You are who you are, and you're fine to be who you are. I just need you to get the fuck out of my airspace. But I gotta be honest, said streamer did go on the defensive with Preheat with 2 E's. And I, as much as I don't want to give any kind of kudos, I have to, because I respect that. And I think I don't think it was out of the kindness of a heart. I think one tends to flow with the opposite of the controversy to be on the other side of it. But I do think it was nice to see, and we'll get into that, some stuff of that later. But I'm not gonna go, wearing a T-shirt and watching streams and following on Twitter, or even pretending to stand you. But I do appreciate. You always get to see people's real colors when situations happen, right? You get to see what they're really about. And anyway, so I was trying to stall for Envy to be back, but it could be a fire. So I will tell you what I've been doing. So I want to say all these fun things, and that I like that I have all this stuff and all my ducks in a row, and I really have 0 ducks in a row. I have, I work a lot. I am still raising children. I have my granddaughter still, who is the apple of my eye. My daughters have switched places in terms of their
That is true. I just realized that.
And those of you who've been watching for a really long time, kind of know.
Feels weird, man.
It's been raising teenage daughters into adulthood is not fun for anyone, and anybody that tells you it's fun is a fucking liar. Like, the only time it's fun is when they're asleep. So basically, I have my my 21-year-old, and I have my now 19-year-old, and one was the kind of nightmare child, and the other was the head on straight, doing all the things, and then they swap places. And it
was like Freaky Friday, just kind of.
The 19-year-old, God knows I love her dearly, but every day she's got a different hair color, and she looks like a different version of herself that is nowhere near herself. And I don't know what to do as a parent. Really. Like, kids are going to change their appearance when they become adults and all that thing, but it's like really drastic. And it's weird for her, because anybody that has met my 19-year-old, she's a real, and I mean this in a loving manner, she is a basic white girl. Like, to the bone. Pumpkin spice, first line at Starbucks, like, to the bone. Proper, like, 100%. And then she dresses edgy and dyes her hair black and pierces all the things and gets weird tattoos, and it's so opposite of her personality, which is what makes it really weird, because when she starts talking, she's basically like, a
bubbly and all.
She's like a sorority girl. And then, is that Exhale? Wow, he's still alive? Man, I love it when they all come back. I like to know people are still alive. I think that's really important. So that's really all I've been doing, is I work a lot. No, she's not in school, Angie. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying not to become an alcoholic.
Life, yeah.
One day maybe she'll return. She is not in school. She did leave school, and she's learning very tough lessons. And these are okay lessons for her to learn. She lives here down the road with her boyfriend, because that's every mother's dream when her kid turns 19 and drops out of college, is to go move in with her boyfriend and his parents. And then she wants to tell me how independent she is, and she's an adult. You traded one set of parents for another. You're not an adult and you're not independent. Anyway, enough of that. But that's what I've been doing. There has been some gaming. There hasn't been a whole lot, mostly because I'm waiting for Shadowlands. There isn't a whole lot left for me in BFA. Let's be honest. There literally is nothing left for me in BFA. I need to level some tunes. So that's what I've been doing. And I'm really glad that I haven't been doing the show, because there have been times when I don't know if I was sane, and I don't think that that would have been good to do publicly any more than I already have. So, and well, you're not a moron though, Jesse. So I don't know that that's, it isn't about the quitting school. It's that her whole life there was a plan, and the reason she quit school is why I'm upset. But I'm not gonna put her business out there, but it's stupid. And I taught her the exact opposite, which is what frustrated me even more. So,
I mean, it's okay.
is it though? Is it?
It could be worse. I could be your kid.
But you don't. I'm sure everything will work out. I am 100% positive. Everything worked out with my 21-year-old, and 3 years ago I didn't know if I was going to see her alive. So like, I know that kids got to find their own way, and it doesn't mean I have to be okay with it, and it doesn't mean I have to like it, and it doesn't mean that I have to just silently suffer. So then I don't say anything to her, and then she gets mad when I don't. She does things on purpose to get a reaction from me, and I don't give her a reaction. And then she gets upset and frustrated and tells me I don't love her. Do you want me to yell at you, or do you want me to let you be an adult? I just need you to put up a number 1 if you want me to yell, or throw a sign or a gang sign even. But children are an enigma even when they're adults, and it doesn't get any easier when they're adults. In fact, one would argue that it is substantially worse.
I mean, look at us now. We wanted to be adults so bad. Now.
Dude, I went to college, I was pregnant, and I had to work because I lived on my own. And I, full-time, right? There was no part-time. And then I had a baby, and I still went to school. I took her to school. I had to swap to evening classes, and I took her to school. Kids don't know the struggle. They have no idea. They are very sheltered and live a very different version of a life than what we did. But I suppose that's the reason we grow up to be people. Listen, Eth, you have no idea what you're in for, so good luck. With that said, guys, I don't know if Envy's ever coming back. Thoughts?
He might be dead.
F's in chat for Envy, everyone.
F's in chat. Listen, the sad fact of the matter is he is director now, so directors have to stop what they're doing to fix other people's problems. So, let's talk about next week, which is Tuesday, the 27th. Let's talk about what's going on for the Reset World Quest bonus event. Please don't forget on Tuesday, before you go out and do your World Quest, to pick up the quest. It's really awkward when you do all.
What happens when you don't do that, Belle?
You go and you're fast because you are efficient as fuck, and you've been doing these World Quests in BFA for however long BFA has been a thing, and you are just
over 2 years.
Yeah, you're just charging and raring to go, and you're so happy you did every single World Quest available. You're like, wait, what? Guys, that's very tragic.
And true story. I was there.
I was absolutely devastated because it just ruined my life. So don't be like me. Be like Rem. Rem seems to have his life together.
I don't know about all that. and wow, maybe. But
maybe Brew, because Brew's getting married. That equals life togetherness.
Yeah, in terms of right now, I think Brew is the best of the bunch at the moment. He just redid his front and
He
backyard.
says that as I'm downing a thing of wine. Judgy asshole. The PvP brawl for next week is my favorite. Of course, we love Temple of Hot Mogu. It's basically like
Yeah, but
hot
it's hot potato, but how hot is your potato?
It's my second favorite of all of the brawls. What is my first one? Wow,
I would guess Pax Place.
I thought we were friends. I know that technically speaking, you're Brew's friend, but I thought that meant we were friends. We're kind of like in-laws, are we? No. There's no marital relations going on. We're not in-laws at all, but we could be. We're supposed to be friends. This is not how you treat friends. Also, Hallow's End is happening. It's going on until November 1st. Remember, if you don't get the mount,
It's always next year.
there's always next year.
It's not even that. It's like for now, it's until tomorrow, and then until it's next year.
Get your mount with the scaling and leveling, squish, and all that. You have to be 45 or higher to run the dungeon. FYI information.
For those that are desperate to get it, I learned of a trick. If you make an allied race, they start at level 10, you can queue right into it.
What?
If you create an allied race, they start at level 10.
You have to be level 10 45.
to... No.
According to the internet, you have to be level 45.
I'll double check, but someone was saying that they did it, so
I pulled that information today off the data mining experts that says you have to be level 45.
I think you can run it at lower levels, but I think for the mount to drop, you have to be 45. I think that's what it is.
Well,
that's dumb.
It said 45 or higher to actually run the dungeon, but it does say 45 or higher. And I pulled that today. So whatever. That's what's.
Wow, they're communists then. Okay.
Well, this is what happens when you don't test the trick you tell people about. Rem, we have a responsibility.
Well, I'm not working.
I hate everything that's happening right now. I hate everything. You want the Hallowed Be Thy Name title. It's really easy. You just have to complete. There's like 11 in the meta for the Halloween achievements.
Yeah. Yep.
Get the Headless Horseman Hearthstone because that's a pretty legit animation. The Pet Lovers, Naxi, the battle pet. Who doesn't love that? And also the Broom has a new mount special, which is kind of cool. The Broom is actually one of my favorites in Battlegrounds. To be perfectly honest, I don't know why specifically Battlegrounds. I remember.
Well, it's just useful.
But the Broom does a spin. You do like a spin as the mount special that was added this year. So.
How do you not fall off?
Gravity.
Centrifugal. What is it? Centrifugal force or something like that. Science.
Centrifugal force.
Yeah. NASA guy. Tell us. Just kidding.
He laughed like, yeah, I'm smart and you're not.
Pretty much. Well, funny story, Belle. Brew and I are actually pretty much the same age, so that makes me feel even more sad.
So you're only like, what, 1 or 2 years younger than me?
You both are 12.
Fair.
2 days ago, I'm plucking my eyebrows because that's what girls have to do. I pluck an eyebrow and I walk it over to my husband. Pluck an eyebrow hair, rather. Walk it over to my husband and he's like, what is that? It's a fucking gray hair. That's what it is. He goes, where'd you pluck that from? Okay, smartass. Are my eyebrows, obviously. You guys are 12.
Oh, dark.
I mean, I just singed mine off. It's fine.
You don't need them. They're just, your glasses cover them up anyway. Yeah, you don't even notice them.
Could be like a certain streamer and just talk with my eyebrows.
No. We can do without that for sure. Like that's not fun for anyone. Also, there's a lot of hot fixes. I'm not going through any of them. The only one I gave a shit about is wands and being able to transmog your Legion staff.
Yeah, that's crazy. It
Artifacts,
took so long, honestly.
Because who fucking likes wands? I don't know of anyone that has a really good transmog for a wand unless you're like a wizard or you know, you're going for a specific thing, but like wands are terrible because I can never fit it into my, and I want to have the
Oh
ability,
my.
I want to have the ability to not have to show my fucking offhand. Who holds a book while they're fighting crime?
The librarian.
Yeah, the librarian, but not a warlock. I can't hold a fucking book. Okay, the lantern was kind of cool,
but you got like demon spells and pentagrams and stuff
if
in
I'm
your
a good
book.
warlock, I have those memorized. I don't need my book.
That's not how it works. You have to have like
not if you're a very
the actual thing up.
No, if I'm powerful, I don't need any of that. I certainly don't need to hold a lantern. I don't need to hold a fucking monkey arm or whatever that one offhand it's like just
like
bones.
monkey's paw or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But no, I mean the only thing I actually like about the wands is I have the offhand of the torch and the wand torch, so I'm dual wielding torches. Because that's the only reason I don't absolutely hate wands.
I like when one of the lanterns goes with my transmog, like when I was being a pirate, like the lantern kind of went with like the whole pirate motif and all that. But
I just like going into Windwalker spec and dressing like a homeless person and running around with dual wielding shovels.
Yeah, because you're a panda. If anybody's gonna be homeless, it would be a panda. And I don't mean because they're not capable of holding down a job, but pandas kind of go by the spirit, right? They go where the valley of the four winds takes them. So maybe they just want to sleep in a van down by the river. Right?
Well, Lottie freaking
But pandas and probably Colteran men, the Colteran men's probably would make really good hobos because like their shirts would be too small and ripped, right?
Yeah.
And they've got big bellies. Like to me, I don't really know a lot of overweight bums. So it's weird that's.
Aw, poor bums.
I don't see a lot of overweight bums. I gotta be really honest. And if I did see an overweight bum, I would question. I would have a lot of questions. Like, why? Specifically. I don't think I've ever seen any overweight bums in my whole life. Not even in Chicago. Though I do love the bums in Chicago. There's no bum like a Chicago bum, that's for sure. Like, whenever I go for work, some of my coworkers that are of the female nature, like, always freaked out when, like, we're walking late at night from one place to the other. And it does not bother me whatsoever. Like, that's my favorite part of being there, is the people. They don't always smell great, but...
It's the exact opposite in Long Beach. Like, they just sit in the center median, like with their pants on the ground, just screaming at cars. So
sometimes you need a little bit of entertainment when you're out on a smoke break. You know what I'm saying? Like those things are a valuable service. I don't like when they throw up next to me. That isn't my favorite. That happened twice. And I literally was like, could you please throw up on the other side? Like, I'm not hating on your throwing up. Like, that's cool. Can you please throw up on the other side of the street and maybe not right here? That's the only thing I don't like. Bums don't really bother me because bums need love too.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody's going to clip that and use it against me in court. But yeah, the wand being able to be transmogged for the Legion Artifact staff appearance, that's pretty legit. We're going to continue to see a lot of hot foxes. Who doesn't love a
Rem.
hot fox? We're going to continue to see a lot of hot fixes.
One's right there.
So while we're still waiting,
where were you pointing?
I pointed to the wrong direction. I was trying to point to Rem.
Wasn't the one direction, that's for sure.
Jesus.
So let's recap some things that we have missed in conversation. We've had a lot going on. Obviously, there's no BlizzCon because we're still seems like some of the states are seeing an upturn in the COVID stuff. Hope everyone is well and happy and healthy. We have a delayed expansion, which I don't think anybody is upset about that. Though I don't think it means what everybody thinks it means. And I'm kind of glad that we had show tonight. I got something in my eye. I don't know what it is. I think it's a hair.
A what?
I think I have a hair in my eye.
Oh, thanks.
So I don't think it means that Shadowlands is going to launch bug free. I don't think it's going by any means going to be perfect. I don't think it means we're getting everything is
Pull the
going to be
ripcord?
super quality. Like I don't think it means what everybody thinks it means. I think
Yeah.
I think there was some big things that were not ready, and that's what they're working on. And I think Blizzard has always been an in-house type of deal, and now they're in their own houses. Collaborating is really difficult to do when you're not used to doing it remotely, right? For me, it's easy because my company's been remote and I've been doing it for 6 years, that it's like nothing to me. Like we have 7 product teams that are all remote. But they had to learn how to do it. It wasn't something that they were used to do, so it was a new life for them. And I think that struggle, and not everybody can work from home.
Well, even just the logistics of getting all that set up for the infrastructure,
Right,
for
'cause they
sending
weren't-
everything,
they
receiving
weren't ready,
everything.
You know, like this
Yeah.
was something they had to kind of learn on the fly, and I think they just needed to buy themselves a little bit more time. And I think the pre-patch, the bulk of it, like the quests and stuff, I don't think that was, you know, I think they realized the same thing we did when we were trying to do math in our squad chat and Discord. When we were trying to figure out, like, okay, this was before they announced it, and we're like, well, this is going to be kind of weird, because if patch comes, like, there's supposed to be at least 2 weeks minimum of 1 week.
The event
times
and
two.
Ice Crown.
Like we're crunching the numbers and we're doing the math, and it's just not adding up. And I'm assuming they probably had the same conversation, but I don't think it means what everybody thinks it means. And this year they don't have BlizzCon to dictate how in advance an expansion has to go. And I seen we always like to think that the world revolves around rating, and I don't think it does as much as everyone thinks it does. Everybody's saying, we're not going to see it this year because of the holidays. What better fucking time to release an expansion than the holidays, when I take a week off for every holiday during the, like, I already took
Oh yeah.
a week
I mean,
for
it's
Thanksgiving
great
and a week
for
for
players.
Christmas. Like, let's also be honest. I don't travel for Christmas or Thanksgiving. I don't go to all the states and visit my relatives, and we're still in the middle of the pandemic. I don't think we are going. It isn't awful for support. They work from home. Working from
Now
home,
they
like,
do.
I have so many hours because I don't actually have to take time off. If I need an hour or 2 hour break to poo, close my fucking laptop. That's how I get a 2 hour. Well, then they message me on my phone, but that's beside the point. But I do think we're going to see December, because from a numbers perspective, I think they want that out before the new year. They do not want to say that they released it in 2021. Shareholders are not going to be happy about that. And I don't think that there's anything, like, I see a lot of people like, oh, I want to spend time with my family. Then don't play the fucking expansion. Nobody's making you. It's a choice
Spending time
you
with
make.
family, gross. Who does that?
Like,
Yeah.
it's a choice you make.
And here's the thing, and
I think we're gonna get like a 2-week notice, to be perfectly honest. I'll be really surprised if we get like a month in advance. I'll be surprised if like next month they say December, but I'm pretty sure we're probably gonna get like a 2-week notice.
I don't think we're gonna get much notice at all either. Which, I mean, yay for us, like myself, who have pretty flexible work schedules, where it's like, oh yeah, I can take off for that. But I mean, not everyone did. I know I have a lot of friends who lost vacation over it, and that sucks. That shit happens, though. I still think they're gonna hold true to the raid comes out 2 weeks after launch, and the reason is because currently the raid is. I mean,
They're
it sucks
have
for
a raid
support.
come out 2 weeks after a launch. Who told you
Yeah.
that?
That's what they was already set to do. That it was
Who
going to
said
come
that?
out.
Well, that was what they said for the raid schedule. It was supposed
Yeah.
to release 10/27, and on or deal.
It
They said it
was-
was going to be the second week of
Yep.
November.
And that's because of the way everything's tuned, because everything's tuned based on like our renown levels that we're going to have and like the boss fights and what we're going to have unlocked. I mean, obviously things are going to get easier as we unlock more and more of our soul binds and conduits.
I gotta be really honest. Like, I appreciate that Blizzard said that, but
I thought it was really quick too, but
I can't imagine that they really thought that that was possible. Am I the only one that thinks that?
Well, I think they were overestimating what they're going to be able to do.
2 weeks
I would
after
prefer.
an expansion launches does not feel like
enough time to level gear and
And
everything,
I think
especially with the changes to how they're doing loot.
it just doesn't make sense to me that they would say that. I'm confused in general. I thought that was a joke when someone said that on Twitter last month. Or
No,
the
it was a
month
blue
before.
post.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that that's still the case. I think if they're, since they had to push it back, I would, it would be very weird if they kept that pace. It's just
I mean,
so weird.
2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. For someone with no life like me, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
Like, here's
I
the
mean, the
thing.
renown's a weekly cap, so
Like, I
Yeah.
know people that, I'm sure there's people that did lose vacation. That sucks, right? Like, I'm fortunate to where I'm the boss. So it doesn't really matter if I lose vacation. I'm also fortunate that the two folks that work with me that also play WoW, I get first dibs on expansion release vacation.
I'm not gonna
days.
lie. When I saw the date was moved, I was like, I'm gonna go take it. And then you're already in chat like, nope, I'm moving it. Shit.
Yeah, I will always take precedence on releases because that is one of the perks of being director is you get to be first in line. Technically, my vacation time doesn't really affect your guys's. However, in the case of, say, Chaos, it does because he's my second, so
Yeah.
he can't. That's terrible. I'm a terrible boss. I love it. But I do think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see first or second week of December, and I think nothing says holiday season to me like an expansion. And I would love if they decided, hey, since we had to do this during the holidays, let's wait and let's do a month, maybe even a month and a half before we start.
I mean, I'd be okay with like early mid December and then early mid January for the first raid release. That would be perfect because that gives us time during the holidays to not drill into gearing, but also still having enough time to gear.
I don't think we're going to see it at the end of the month, Angie. I think we're going to see it. I think the first, second week of December is I think they want to do it enough to where people can get some game time in before. I can't imagine there's a ton of people that are trying to travel for the holidays. We're still in a pandemic currently, right? I feel like that's not smart, but I also don't have family that I care about traveling. So those of you that travel with family, I don't know how you guys are handling that. If there's a plan or.
Well, I mean, I rarely travel or go outside at all.
Well, I'm
but
sure there's
I might
people
be
that
going.
like state hop too normally during the holidays. Brew, do you normally state hop? Like, what's your guys'
yeah,
plan with
I
the
still
COVID?
have plans to go to North Carolina between Christmas and New Year's, but that's more of to help get my grandfather's house ready to sell.
Are you gonna
So
tell me
I'll
a
just-
sad fucking story right now so I'm not mean to you about traveling during a pandemic? Is that what's happening right now?
My grandfather's not doing well, so he's moving in with my aunt, and we're helping
Terrible.
get the house ready to sell.
I feel like your grandpa's probably a really strong guy, but I don't feel like it's okay for you to use that. You can't use things like coronavirus for trademarking, Brew. God. But do you normally travel? Like, you're going to do a specific thing, like every year for the holidays? Is traveling like a normal part of your holiday routine?
Oh yeah, it's nice for me to have like that week off between. I mean, it's easy to get that time off because no one's really working at NASA anyway. And I go and especially when I was younger and in college, I just went and saw my grandparents just because they're like 8 hours away.
I have my older sister all she does is travel both holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. She spends the whole week
That
going all
sounds
over the
terrible.
place, and that's just an awful life. I can't.
Like, I love my
people,
family,
yeah,
but I'm not gonna be visiting them like every holiday of the year. Like, it's a lot.
hopefully they give everyone enough time to get time off. Like that would be ideal, especially since there's like more people that are not remote anymore. I'd imagine if a lot of people were still remote, it probably would have stung less. But
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm like half-time remote, half-time on site, but I mean, that's just the nature of my job. I physically have to be there to rack and stack and plug shit in. So,
yeah,
rack and stack.
I don't have,
Plug shit in.
I convinced my COO to have our 2021 planning here in Arizona so I don't have to travel. Mostly because like I love traveling when there isn't a pandemic. I love it when I go to Chicago.
yeah.
It's my favorite week of the month. I love it because I get to eat my food and I get good coffee and it's a good
Yeah.
life. And 2021 I am going to Japan and a few other places for work as soon as the you know, coronavirus.
Wait, do I get to go to Japan or
No.
not?
I might get to go see Envy next year, depending on how things go. If we're still, the offsite people we're working with are actually in Colorado, so
My cake maker is in Colorado actually as well.
Are you talking about Tickle Belly?
Yeah.
Your cake maker, get out of here.
This one's lemon meringue, and I have a tiramisu next to my bed. I have a big problem with these cakes. I had one time, and it's changed my life, and I am gonna be fat very quickly. So if anybody wants to loan me their key fob for the gym, ETH, since you live in the very gym I used to attend, can you please find out if it's super busy? It's a really tiny gym, but I would love. Can you tell me if it's really busy? Because the one over here in my neighborhood, it's still closed.
Oh, it's still closed. Rip.
When it opens back up, can I borrow your key fob?
I just have an elliptical and a bench press in my basement.
Well, we have one over here, but it's bigger, which you would think is great, except I don't want to deal with all the retired old people that go there. No offense to anybody that's old and
Fair
retired.
enough.
So the one that East is really small, and if you go at just the right time, you're the only one in there, and I can get in and get out. That's how I lost all the weight after Timmy. Or the Karens, exactly. So I have my whole little routine. Anyway, Tickle Belly, you got me distracted, Rem. So let's talk about a few things to get them out of the way. I want to talk about some more content stuff, but I'm waiting for Envy because I know he has good stuff to say, and he just is dead. Obviously, because I know a lot of people have asked, and I haven't. I did speak privately to people that, not everyone, to some people that asked me about the things that transpired with this situation with Method. I don't have any more to say on that subject because to me it's a dead issue. Things happened, and I'm sure that lessons were learned. I know not everybody paid the price for the role that they took there, and I think that sucks because I think injustices suck all the way around. I don't agree with it doesn't matter the reasoning. I don't agree with sniping someone's hard work and pretending you had no role, and then going and creating a new thing with someone else's work, and pretending you didn't know anything about it. And yeah, I'm talking about you, Scripe. I to me that is you're right up there with all the things that are wrong with this world. I personally seen parts of it that I wasn't happy about. And these are things that happen, and I think lessons were learned. I personally care a lot about Scott and the rebuilding that he's doing. I'm hoping does everything that he wants it to do. He's really community focused, and I do believe that people can make mistakes, and I do believe people can come back from them. I don't think the way the world is that the world will ever let somebody come back from a mistake. And I think that, you know, I wish things had been different. I personally suffered a lot. Not as much as others, of course, but I now have no identity because all of my PvPers were wrapped into one identity, and I'm struggling a little bit there. I have not watched any AWC. The Gingers turned it on, and I just can't seem to do it. I support on Twitter. I still love all the people. But it is what it is. Just remember on Twitter, guys, you're not getting the whole story in any situation. I'm not even talking about this one. I'm talking about the last 20 that I've been through on Twitter with all the.
Well, that's anything.
with
There's
all the
3
Twitter
sides to every
police that
story.
have got it
Yeah.
all figured
Yeah.
out, and they're the judge, jury, and an executioner, and it's like, you know, even now I'm very judgy about this trademark situation. We're going to talk about that in a second, and I am very angry, and God knows that I'm sitting up here telling you that people can make mistakes, and people don't let them come back from it. And maybe that's because I don't like some people, and I don't ever want them to come back from mistakes because I think they fucking suck. But in the interest of realities there, it's hard for me to say that people are just shit and they're going to be shit forever, because I used to be a shitty person and I'm not anymore. So if I say the word someone can't change, it's really difficult for me to say, because then that wouldn't be true for me. But I think it's important that when we're trying to cleanse our community, and we're trying to keep our community, I don't even know what this community is anymore, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it is up to us at the end of the day to keep it honest, but not when it suits our purposes. You don't get to be on Twitter fucking crying about some shit and then supporting the exact same shit in another person. Like, you have to have a stance and you have to stay on it. Like, you can't bend your morals and your ethics to suit the situation. And I found myself, even in the last few months, doing that a few times, and I realized that's part of the problem, is because I make exceptions, and that's also an issue, because it either is or it isn't, and that's really the fundamental fact. It either is or it isn't. So I encourage you guys to when we're dealing with situations on Twitter, just cancel someone out completely. Even if I want to cancel out Max from Limit forever. Because if we don't ever give these guys the opportunity to show that they could do better for anything, what's the point? There's no purpose. I believe they're genuinely terrible people. Do I think in the Method case the entire organization knew? No. I don't even think the people that really knew. I think they made themselves believe something different, because it's easy to make yourself believe something different. It's easy to make yourself believe whatever you want to believe, because sometimes the truth is really difficult. My brother was a heroin addict in front of my face, and I kept telling my husband, he didn't relapse. You're crazy. He didn't relapse. And it was in front of my face, and I wanted to believe him so bad that I made excuses for him. It's not the same situation, but it's the same human being.
Well, it's the same kind of context where you don't want to believe this person can be doing this when it's
Right.
it's a situation in any community or group of friends,
Right.
or when you hear something about X person, it's like, I know this person, they wouldn't be doing this, and then you find out the truth, and then it's either you take care of it or you make excuses.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard to like. Sometimes you know someone for years, and you're like, oh man, that's never happened to me. And you can't even imagine that they're doing what they're doing to another person. It's
Right.
hard. We've all been there, right? We've all seen friends do shitty things.
I
in front of
tried
us and
telling
go, "Man,
everybody
that couldn't
Elvine
really
was a
happen."
creep for 5 fucking years and nobody listened to me.
That's true.
How many times? Rem knows. I tried to tell people. I didn't know he was that kind of creep, but I tried to tell people something is not right with this dude. He is creepy.
Yeah, Belle has a very good radar on people,
Yeah, I
and
do.
yeah.
I missed the mark, but I think when you miss the mark, there could be several factors. But with the method thing it caused, there was a huge effect in the community with everybody coming out and telling their stories, which I need everyone to understand. I appreciate and encourage anyone who ever wants to speak out loud things that they feel they need to share. Doesn't matter if it's true or it isn't, because if it's true or it isn't, it doesn't affect me, right? It's their story. And it doesn't have to affect me. And I don't have to go and investigate and find out if it's true, because that isn't my job. My job sometimes is to just listen, and that's true for everyone. I think that it was really positive. And then it was really weird. I'm not going to lie, guys. I saw people with stories that were literally the predator, and they turned it around. And these are things I knew because I was there. And you can't say anything because everybody on Twitter is like, oh my God, how dare you? This person poured their heart and soul out. Twitter isn't the forum for that, guys. It's great that people felt like they needed to open up, and I super appreciate that. Twitter isn't the real place to be airing your dirty laundry. And I understand we have to have a way to tell people and get the word out there, but like, this is the problem with social media, is it's just AIDS. It's because you could be whoever you want on Twitter. You could be whoever you want on Twitter.
Yeah,
And
we got Preheat on Twitter on the show.
so
I'm sorry, Preheat Brew. Got to make sure that trademark isn't.
am I sorry that I was ever connected to Method? Absolutely not. My Method chair is not replaced for any other reason other than I'm old as fuck, guys, and I had to buy a goddamn ergonomic chair.
It's a really nice chair.
It's an ergonomic chair. My chair's right over here. The Ginger has it. I wear my shirts. I am never sorry for being a fan or being a part of something that meant a lot to me. And to me, mistakes didn't make the ride any less amazing. And mistakes were made by many people. I think if anybody can right that ship, I think it's Scott. And I don't care who disagrees with me. You're free to have your own opinion. I think he's got an amazing woman who is stronger than she thinks and was put through a lot. And I'm mortified at some of the things that she was put through by people on Twitter. And I think that sometimes people will show you. People will show you. And that's all you have to do. When people show you who they are, sometimes you have to actually believe them. So when the leader of a World First Guild is berating someone in their stream and telling everyone to not sub to his channel because he's a fake preheat, believe that he's an asshole. Believe him. When people are saying things apparently in private as well, Angie taught me a lesson about private conversations. I still feel like private is private. However,
But that's their character showing. So
I concede to that portion of it. So yes, that is their character showing.
oh my God, Angie
and
made you a better person.
Sometimes it isn't what you do; it's how you react. The racist things that were said on a private stream that was shared publicly. Though I found out recently that the only reason it was shared publicly isn't because they were tired of it. It's because they got busted for win trading. Did anybody?
Yes.
Okay.
So The big deal with that was they had evidence that someone was doing trading, and the person was like, if you tell anybody we have this dirt, pretty like blackmail essentially. And they still went through with saying, hey, they're win trading. And then that's when that video was released.
That's when bluff was called.
Yeah.
So again, what you do privately, to me, just so it's been
Which,
said,
I mean,
I personally, if it wasn't in a public forum, I'm less interested. I get it. Doesn't mean it's okay. I'm just saying.
So the thing was, it wasn't like a private stream. It was just a stream that's not like well known, and they shared that with the other teams apparently.
Yeah, that's a private stream. They didn't post it publicly. The other opposite of that is private. Like, the reality is,
No, it was on Twitch. That's where I don't know. Never mind.
but it wasn't a public stream. It wasn't publicly viewable.
I don't know how Twitch works. I
don't know how Twitch works either. So, yes. And
Okay.
again,
Yes.
I don't want anybody to say that I'm defending anyone. It was really a hard pill for me to swallow because I love Renee as a person. He is a super nice guy. Doesn't mean that nice guys can't do stupid shit, mind you. Do I think that he is racist? No, I don't. Do I think he understood what he said? No, I don't. I think he said things that he was used to saying and hearing, not realizing what they meant. And I hope he learns what he needs to learn from this, because he's a good egg. And I think how you react to a situation matters as well. You really can't defend some shit you say even when you defend it, right? Like, sometimes the action isn't to defend it. Just sometimes. You just have to own it. Look, I fucked up, man. Your first reaction shouldn't be to defend something like that. Like, I say a lot of things in the heat of the PvP moment. I've never said those things, just so we're clear. Well, no, I'm kidding. But I have said things in anger at Rem, in fact.
There's been some bad words slang at me.
But
it could be worse. It could be when we're playing Rocket League.
I want to make sure that we fix what we need to fix, but we don't cancel people out forever, because the story we tell people is that there isn't any redemption, right? And I think it's important that people learn their lessons. And who gauges that, right? Who's the Twitter law? Who's the deciding factor? Who's the deciding vote? Is it Simon or is it Paula on Twitter? How do we know when someone's repented enough, when they've changed enough, when they've, like, what metrics, what standards do we have when everybody
Well, that's part of the problem with that.
view?
Yeah, that's the problem with that whole thing, is you have too many different variables and different views, and
like Blizzard helps because Blizzard gave them they sanction them. So
yeah, they have a binding
like that's a
contract thing.
That's
yeah.
a means to figure out. He did. Swapsy did take ownership in his very first tweet. And that sometimes it is having that good sense of, even if you want to defend what you said, you just got to say, look, I'm sorry. This sucks. I shouldn't have, and I'll do better. Not all parties did such things. They did now, but I feel like first reactions really matter to me. Like,
Yeah.
Genuinely, because the first reaction is like answering when you're drunk. Because the first reaction is entirely premeditated. It's just the truest form of what you think, right?
It's like your unfiltered thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
The ETH answer.
That's very true. He answers everything very honestly, whether he's drunk or not.
And you know,
Oh,
Angie and I
and
have had many conversations. This just scratches the surface. This is just what gets leaked. This
Yeah.
is just what people see. And the answer isn't, well, then we should be banning everyone. The answer is to fix it so that you don't have to ban people. Teach people the lesson. Fix it. I think it's okay for you to still support if the person of your flavor is you know, if they show that they're interested in doing things right. I think it's okay for you to support, and I think it's okay that people make mistakes. And I'm not watching Echo Raid. I got to be really honest. And I don't care who clips this and who sends it. Some of those guys I really care about. I just can't. Because you didn't learn a lesson. You hid it and pretended like you knew nothing about it when several of you had the deciding vote to keep said alleged
Scumbag
yeah. on your raid team. And a good friend of mine doesn't live her presence in this universe anymore. She has completely isolated herself, and I think God knows it's for the better because she is a happier person. But sometimes everything happens for a reason. And I don't really know how I'm going to go about this future. I can't live in a world where this is who we have for the world first race. Guys, I can't live in this universe, and really that's like, I know so much more was wrong in this scenario, but for me, I was just really angry that I had to live in a world without Method going for world first. And say what you guys want and have your opinions, but like, that was so special to me. We don't have that, and that sucks. And I'm really hoping Scott really.
Or it's definitely going to be a different environment, a different dynamic. Because I mean, you don't. I mean, there's a lot more other people coming up too that I mean have potential to maybe not be world first, but to have a strong, like actually worthwhile, wholesome community.
Oh yeah, you're not sorry. You're just sorry you got caught. That's true. And that's really the difference too. Are you sorry because you did the thing, or are you sorry because everybody knows about it? But on those notes, and there's been a lot just in a very small amount of time with that. I struggle because my whole identity is gone. I'm sure it's worse for many other people, right? Particularly like Scott, right? That was his life's work. He ain't done yet though. I wouldn't count him out just yet.
We can support OTK.
I think that man built something from nothing once, and I think he'll do it again. So I wouldn't count him out. The whole of who he is a good person. Just so that my stance is clear. I can disagree with how things were handled and be fucking angry, but nobody is going to punish him more than he's already punished himself. I can promise you that. And I don't think he is a bad person. In fact, I have a lot of love and respect for him. I wouldn't count him out just yet. There's something to be said for not only fixing things that you've allowed to get broken, then there's also the fact that all them fucking chodes just made off with your raid team under the guise of they couldn't be a part of an organization that would harbor a known pedophile when you fucks are the ones that voted to keep him.
Yeah.
Just because the rest of the Twitter world and the people that watch forgot about that, don't think for a second those that know are ever going to let that die or be forgotten about. Until you own it, until you say, yes, I was the deciding vote to keep him and I made off with my dude's raid team. And I'm not even sorry because I'm an opportunist and now you're sponsored by all the other things that, whatever. Karma, really. And lastly, so those of you that have been watching Twitter, I love some people from this guild. I love the general manager. She's really good people, and if you're watching this, please don't be angry at me. I want to believe there's some good here in this preheat situation, but here's the lay of the land and the facts as we have them. Preheat in February got an LLC and a trademark for Preheat. There is another Preheat who has been Preheat, I think, before the other Preheat was even born.
So he was making content and he had a name before he was actually even a thing.
2 different spellings.
Yeah.
The Preheat that everybody was calling the fake Preheat, he spells it with 2 E's. Me and the Ginger subscribed to his channel. I followed him on Twitter. Like, I'm gonna see if I can get him on the show too, just because I think there was many ways he could have handled that. If I was getting all this coming from a world first organization, right, when they had all this legal shit, I don't know how I would have handled it, and I probably would not have had the he handled it quite well with he gave all the facts.
Yeah, no, in terms of his front facing posts, like he was pretty calm and collected.
Yeah.
And I mean, props to him 100%.
He gave all the facts, the timelines. Yeah. He had proof. So Angie actually, I didn't pick up on the fact that the tweet, which we'll go over that now. So basically this LLC that Preheat from Limit, he starting a YouTube channel because he got laid off for COVID. As Angie pointed out, this was done in February, and they didn't start shutting shit down till like March and April.
Yeah.
Some states didn't even start until April, to be perfectly honest with you. He's in Texas. I don't know how long it took them, but that's kind of I should have copied her tweet and had it for the for the share, damn it. Because that would
she
really
called
great.
him out. I loved it.
She did. I mean, I sent a series of things. I was pissed off, and I'll tell you why. If you read the twit logger from Preheat, which his Twitter is Preheat, PREHEET, wow, right? It's just Preheat, wow. Is that what it is? Go follow him, give him a follow, and just give good vibes. Good vibes are good things.
Yeah, Preheat, wow, 2 E's.
He's been doing content for a really long time. She shared her status in chat. To me, I said a series of things to Preheat, the Limit Preheat, like, what the fuck? So I read the twit longer. Maddie, if you're watching this later, you're probably catching it on a replay or you're catching it on YouTube. Maddie sends me a message and goes, hey, did you see this? I'm like, actually, no, I didn't. And it's this twit longer. And I see all these things, including the leader of the Limit Guild, which is Max. Yep. And again, please don't be mad at me. I love the GM of Limit. She's one of my favorite people. Anyway, he's on his fucking stream telling all of the Limit followers to go unsub from this guy's stuff, and he's basically berating him. They're calling him the fake Preheat and all this other stuff. Now, Angie and I had gotten into an argument. I love fighting with Angie because she gives me, like, I get to see so many different things that sometimes, you know how when you're just in it, you just can't.
Oh, I was eating popcorn while watching YouTube.
But I love hilarious. It because she's one of the only people that will argue with me that won't get angry and be like, fuck you. She's one of the only people I've ever met in my whole life. And it's really good because I love to argue. So he's basically like canceling this dude out. To me, I hate to see. It's like your local drugstore going up against like Walgreens to me, right? And it's like, just because you had a lucky day in World First Race doesn't make you any more valuable to this community. Like, this dude's been doing shit for 10 fucking years. By the way, he has more subscriptions than the Limit channel, just so we're clear. What bothered me, and I tried to not be angry in general, but I got really mad for this guy because, like, this is the reason I stopped doing videos. Not because of Limit, but because of this thought process, this entitlement that these guys who work really hard to get where they are, and they forgot, like Limit forgot what it was like to be nothing against Method, right? They forgot what it was like to struggle and get everybody to pay attention to them and see them as valuable and relevant in the community. And it took them almost winning a world first race and then finally winning one till they were anybody relevant. And if they would just remember that feeling of before, after, people would be better humans. They would be better humans, truly.
Well, that's how it is in anywhere where it's
be like Bajira.
AWC.
Be like Bajira.
Oh, that's I can get behind that, you know.
That man, if you were not in this world, you would have no fucking idea that he is who he is. Literally. Bajira is such a... I don't even have the words. You would never know.
I mean, he's the epitome of what a good human is. I mean, he wins awards for the work he puts in, and he's still extremely humble. Like, and he's
got an awesome wife.
He's just
and
amazing.
Got a cute kid. Be more like Bajira, guys.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that Asmongold defended the not fake preheat. I think it was self-serving for views, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And I think whatever the reasons are, I think that was nice. And so what's happened now is Preheat did the shitty thing, right? Max also did a shitty thing. He literally berated and told people not to follow him. Why would you cancel out someone's potential livelihood? So now, an official statement, they've demoted Preheat, and Max doesn't agree with anything Preheat is doing or his behavior. But does Max agree with his own fucking disgusting behavior on his stream?
Oh, that's what I
that's the question that not just me, but like 11 million people on Twitter want to know. Does Max agree with his
own personal
now? I know what
behavior?
We're gonna say. I know what we're gonna say, and we're probably not wrong. Like, he was convinced his friend was being wronged, right? Cool, I get it. I would be in someone's stream too, probably. But he's tweeting to the dude like, we don't agree with him. You just fucking did like a week ago in your stream. You agreed with him. So much so that you told people to unsub. So while, yes, it is awesome that you guys demoted Preheat, I'm sure Preheat will do the right thing. Max, don't think I forgot. And don't think anybody else on Twitter who knows what you said forgot.
The biggest thing, though, for me was, I mean, yeah, he may have been convinced, but the way he acted wasn't just because of that. He was being...
I would have been happy if in his tweet he would have been like, I said things and I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all he had to do. Yeah.
Like your point
he's
earlier,
sorry
you
because he
said
was...
it's your first reaction.
Like, if he would have said, I said things and I'm sorry. There's no ownership there. And this is part of the problem. And this is part of my problem. We held one accountable, but we didn't hold the other accountable. Now, Angie's going to say, well, what about what happened behind closed doors? And she's probably correct. But for me, Max, I want an apology to Preheat and not a, I'm sorry I was under a different impression. I don't care about that. I want you to say, I'm sorry I was a piece of shit. And I told people to unsub to your channel. That's what I want to hear. I don't care why you said it. I want to hear an I'm sorry. That's it. I want to hear an I'm sorry. I want a tweet that says, I apologize for being a dick. But
well, if you even look at the way that even look at the way he said it when he tweeted to Preheat 2Es, he was like, oh, I don't agree with what he was saying. I hope you can move past this. Like, excuse me?
Yeah, it wasn't very sincere, if you ask me, when I read it. It was very much a PR move from people above him in complexity.
But I don't like that you just like let your dude take all the heat. No pun intended, right? But like, I get it. Preheat
he took no responsibility for his actions. And like, I'm going to be 100% honest here. As someone who was bullied a lot as a kid, and
I find that hard to believe. You're like the nicest person I've ever met in life.
Nice people get bullied, Belle. Hello?
Anyway, look, man, fuck you if you're gonna bully someone because you're in a goddamn fucking esports organization. Be a better fucking role model. And dude, like, I will happily set up a fucking Ponecast boxing ring to knock your shit straight.
I have never heard him
Oh.
talk like this, guys. I have never ever heard him say things like this. You're supposed to be the better of us, Brew. He's supposed to be the good angel.
I have
agree.
emotions.
I think
I feel things.
I don't like to see injustice. And I think that's really, when I was talking to Angie about it, I thought that's really what
What
my
are you?
problem is.
Are you Batman?
I just don't, I don't, I get it. And I get the politics and I get the bureaucracy and I get the game. And that's why I didn't go very far in the game, because I realized I couldn't play it, right? Like I can't do this fucking dance they do, this fake. I can't do it, man. I'm sure Preheat will do the right thing. Yeah, I think I know he did a shitty thing. I'm hoping he's learned a lesson. Sometimes it takes a good smacking to learn a
No,
lesson.
pardon my French, but he's a cunt. No, he's just a bad person
agree.
at the core.
I agree.
Everything that I've seen from Limit after the World First, they are not good people.
Not all of them, though.
Except Trill. Trill's the only one I
Some of them are
can.
great people.
Gross.
Some of them are great people. Their general manager is a great person.
Well, I'm not
I
talking
am
about the
sure she
people in the
probably
org. I'm just
read
talking
all
about
of
the
them
roster.
because she does not take no shit. So I'm sure there was a fair amount of angry. But what I'm angry about is if you're supposed to be the leader of the organization, when do we pick and choose when we hold the leader accountable? Because we burned SCO at the stake. I get it. It's different circumstances. And I know it was way worse situationally. But like, it either is or it isn't. Either the person that leads your organization is supposed to be the example or they're not. Either they're held to the same standard as the rest of the organization or they're not. Either Max is just as much of a piece of shit for literally trying to cancel this dude publicly and berating him, calling him the fake Preheat and don't sub to him. That's either the same behavior as Preheat trying to also cancel him by trademarking his shit. To me, I get it. It's different. I get it. But it isn't to me. It isn't. It is not different to me. If you are the leader of the organization, then I expect you to be above reproach. Because that is what the world has told me I am to expect. I expect you to be above reproach. Because you are the leader. That is your job.
Mm-hmm.
I have that expectation.
And someone with his status,
Max did nothing wrong. You're right. You are
As
absolutely
someone
berating someone on their stream and telling people not to sub to that other guy who didn't do anything wrong. You're right. Max is totally innocent. He deserves a fucking raise and a promotion.
And the thing is I don't think that he necessarily has a full grasp on the leverage he has with his community and in the WoW community in general, right? Like, I think he's just saying shit just to say shit unfiltered and how he feels, not realizing that he can create mob mentality.
I'm not mad that he said it. That's what everybody's missing my point here. People say things all the time in anger, not having all the information, frustration, emotions, all the time. I'm not upset. That isn't what bothers me. What bothers me is he didn't say sorry. That's what bothers me. That's it. It's as simple as that. It bothers me that he didn't say sorry. He instead was like, well, we demoted. And then him and other dude had an interaction where I still don't believe it was a, hey, I'm sorry. It was a fucking dick. I say shit all the time that I wish I could take back. That's not true. I actually don't say anything that I don't wish I could take back.
That's very true.
But I'm not perfect. I'm far from it, in fact. But when I fuck up, I say sorry. Doesn't matter if I got in someone's face because I had different information that is irrelevant. Sorry is sorry. If you murder somebody because you thought that they slept with your husband and then you find out that they didn't, does that sorry matter? When you say, I'm sorry, I thought you slept with them. Or how about I'm sorry I murdered you. But I'm sorry, I only did it because I thought you slept with them. But does what you thought make that behavior any better? No. In the case of murder, sorry doesn't really help. To be perfectly honest, that was probably a bad example.
Yeah, that was kind of like way out there.
Preheat with 2 E's didn't do anything. He's a
He
nice
didn't do
gentleman.
anything.
Well,
No.
I say this cautiously because I don't know anybody, guys. People that I thought I knew, I don't know anyone really.
Putting him in this position, which is oh my, I can't even.
What we really need is stop looking at these people like they're gods. Because they're not. You think I would let one of my children watch anybody that streams on Twitter? The only person I would ever let them watch, truly, is Jari, because she body paints and one of my kids is into all that. And Tal and Talias and Nevitel, because who doesn't like good British humor, right? That isn't anybody that I want. My boys aren't allowed to watch streamers at all. They try. Even the kid ones that stream the kid stuff. No, you think I want you part of that? My daughter wants to be an influencer. You want to influence what? Influence yourself to fucking college. Go to college and get an education. Then if you want to influence, but have a degree. She doesn't know what she wants to influence. She just wants to be an influencer because it's a fucking job title now, and that's
Just have the little ones watch Bajir and they'll grow up to be
proceed with
heavy
so,
heavy lifters and stuff.
Understand.
Win-win.
Yes, I'm not saying Max should be burned at the stake, though it wouldn't make me sad. There's no secret that I dislike him. I can dislike him. It's okay. I can dislike him and still like other members of his team. And I can dislike him and refuse to give him one fucking view. There is not one Nielsen rating from this house going to anything that involves that situation. It's not personal. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
So
I want to like him and I want to Limit.
I've met him in
because
real life.
I like the I want to enjoy the NA representation, but like this isn't the first time he's done shit like this, right?
Guys,
like after Eternal Palace, didn't he say something on stream about how like Warcraft logs like leaked something of theirs, and then all these people went and berated people from Warcraft logs?
People say stuff publicly all the time. I've met him in real life. See, when you do things and you're just the janitor, people don't really care how they are around you. There isn't a guardedness there because you're just the janitor. You're there, you're wearing a fucking peon shirt. You're nobody when you're doing events at BlizzCon. But when you're doing events at BlizzCon, unfortunately, you get to see the shit side of these human beings from the very first day. There's a reason. It isn't a reason to be public. But when I usually have a very strong hate for somebody, it almost always is because I was directly involved in a situation that made me hate them. Truly. I don't want to like him at all. I don't know if he will ever be a nice guy because in the several times that I've met him before, there was a world first involved. He wasn't a nice guy. So that's just my own personal experience. I'm sure many people have met him in real life and love him, and that's fantastic. Everybody loved Panzer too. That's fantastic. And there's people I'm sure that I love that are actually assholes, right? And somebody else has a story.
Am I one of them?
Right. So, you know, I do, and I don't want him to be canceled. I just want him to say sorry on Twitter for being it. I'm sorry I was on stream not representing my organization in a good manner. I'm sorry that I tried to cancel this guy. Yeah, I did it for the wrong reasons, but I'm sorry. This sucks. I feel like just one side took responsibility, and that I think sucks. And it's the same problem I have with the method situation. People bailed out and pretended like they didn't know anything about it, and I every day I can't stand it. But I have no choice but to stand it, because what am I gonna do, right? I can't make anybody do anything any more than I can. I need to see the people that are the voice of this community. I need to see them not be fucking shit humans, man.
Well, that's what I was just saying earlier when all this was going down. I just want someone that's at the quote unquote top that isn't just trash, like just a decent group of people that aren't assholes.
I don't know if we're gonna get that in this generation.
True.
I'm sad that the Bajiras of the world are few and far between. We got Tal and Ev. Those guys are so fucking pure. It's disgusting. I absolutely love them. Right. Right. God, Angie's on point. He didn't even really have it, by the way. And if there's any Trump supporters, I don't care. I don't care. You can Trump support. You can vote for Trump. I don't give a fuck. I already voted. I voted for the opposite of asshole. Like, there's two of them, so I voted for just the least asshole-ish of them. It was the first time I've gotten to vote in like 10 years. I was really excited. Anyway, yeah, please don't say you have things, and don't use Corona as an excuse to get what you want or to make people feel sorry for you on Twitter. That's just poor form. And don't pretend to have Corona as the president and then tell people not to fear Corona.
Oh, that's a whole other thing.
Now, yeah, the Italian is, so the very first tweet after I'm reading a situation, and sometimes it's before I've thoroughly investigated, I do admit, sometimes it's when I'm pooping and I haven't investigated. Then I have to retract and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know the whole story. The Max situation, the preheat thing, I knew the whole story because it was sent to me. Anyway, my first response is always the Italian. Whatever's left is the calm, well thought out, I've had a chance to process, and you know. So Envy, we've been waiting for you. Are you working?
I'm doing the live show and working.
Eh?
I'm on mute. I'm getting my ass chewed out.
Oh, can we hear?
No. But you'll hear this part.
I'm trying.
No, that was all network.
Is he blaming someone?
I wasn't the one who said yes, do it outside of the window. That was on them.
See, this is how a leader takes ownership of a fire. They blame the other people that were there.
We good.
That's amazing. So, here's the good news about the world.
There's good news?
This isn't the final form. All things are fixable. And I gotta tell you this secret to life, Rem, and even you, Brew, and even you, Envy, and even you at home. You guys are gonna make fun of me, but I have this thing and I took it to heart, and it's been, you know how like last year my can-do attitude was like the theme of all of 2020, right? So 2021, my theme, and please don't laugh, has anybody seen Mr. Rogers? The movie.
Oh, of course.
The movie with Tom Hanks. He did a phenomenal job. Okay, he did a phenomenal job, an absolute phenomenal job. So Mr. Rogers, and this was something that he had always said in his life, has always said about all things, anything mentionable is manageable. And it took me a little bit to understand what he said. And it actually took me watching this movie 4 different times to understand what he was saying in this one sentence. Anything mentionable is manageable. And then it clicked. If you can say it, you can manage it. Anything mentionable is manageable. You can articulate it even in your own head. It's manageable. And I know I sound really weird, and I sound like this, like, I've also been watching a lot of The Vow, and I'm not saying I have a cult mentality, but I'm strangely and painfully aware of people trying to make me be part of a cult. But I do believe that I don't think this is our final form. Not this community, not this game. I think we're all waiting for the time when World of Warcraft is obsolete, and many have said that that was years ago, and I don't believe that's the case. I don't know if it'll ever be the version I think it should be, but I mean, I'm one of many, so it isn't on me. So, with that in mind, we're going to be talking over the course of the next month about all the things that we're going to be getting into with the expansion and all of that kind of thing. And there might be spoilers. We are going to try to avoid that, but I feel like sometimes you need a good spoiler. But all I need to know for today is I need to know what covenant everyone thinks they're going at this point. Like, obviously it's going to change, but for your main, what covenant?
Who goes first?
Envy, what covenant are you going to be as for your DK?
Whatever Wellhead tells me.
Why did you mention that? Wowhead told me 3 different versions, so I just had to pick one. But no, seriously. So and let's pretend for a moment that we don't have to pick what's best for all the things, right? Oh, sorry, granddaughter. Yeah, what's your initial, which covenant speaks to you?
Well, I don't know anymore since the Crybabies won, but
Did they win? Which Crybaby? I need specific.
there's plenty, but honestly, I don't know. I really didn't put much thought into it.
Really? Because I've done all kinds of
I've been working.
I pulled the lore, I pulled the skills, I pulled the pros, the cons. Like, I did research, folks. Literally for the last 3 months, I have been doing, it looks like I'm milking a cow. I have done research. And I find it hard to believe you as a raider did not do research.
It might be, what's one that starts with the B?
Bastion?
Yeah, maybe there, but to be honest, like, I'm more of like, when I played with the beta, I was more of like I'm gonna try to break this damn thing, and not through actually playing the game, like dicking around with RTX and whatnot. And that's what I was focused on with the beta.
Anyway, you could mention your graphics card. I swear to God, you're like a 60-year-old in a fucking convertible, man.
I'm not gonna mention the graphics card.
You already did!
Although one of them got canceled.
What do you mean?
The better one that I wanted got canceled. The one that I bought for my wife is...
Did they try to fake a Preheat name too? Is that why they got
More like
canceled?
they sold more than they had.
Oh,
Newegg. Oh,
trademarking things that don't belong to
Newegg has been
Agreed.
garbage
Yeah,
forever now.
Yeah, Newegg sucks.
I used to use them all the time, and then they just, no.
Amazon's great for everything but graphics cards.
Yeah, and when they mess up, they give you a nice $20 gift card or something.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you!
Like,
fuck you!
Or you order something that is supposed to be a thing, and then something else shows up at your door. Like,
God, why you gotta
what
bring
did
up
you
negative
order?
shit?
Envy, what did you order? And then you ended up getting a monitor at your door, but that wasn't what you ordered.
Oh, that was the
TV, right?
I was like,
the sound bar, the bed.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'll take it.
It was was like an $800 sound bar, and then like what showed up was a monitor, and like Lena was like, I'm like, and I had that look like I'm like, this is awesome, but at the same time, like it's not what I ordered. I'm like, and then she thought that look right there thought that, oh, you bought this, you son of a bitch, and you didn't buy me one, and I'm like, no, like the order was wrong, but you're right, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
You had a moment there to be the hero and say, but babe, I did order this for you. I knew you wanted this very monitor that
She'd
she
call
probably
BS on that.
doesn't.
She'd call my bluff. She knows better.
Ew, Alienware, why?
It's Eeg. I mean,
Alienware hasn't been good in some time. Maybe they're different now. I don't know.
wait, that is Eeg, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Brew? What covenant is the
Wow.
monk gonna be? Or are you brewing it up, or are you Death Knight?
Paladin. I'm going back to my roots.
So it went from monk to demon hunter. Now we're doing paladin.
Man, have you played Paladin and pressed Divine Toll and have 5 shields get thrown out?
No.
It's incredibly
I've
satisfying.
never done any of those things.
Sounds satisfying.
This is honestly the most fun I've had playing Protection Paladin since like
Get your class
Wrath
right.
or Mop.
Okay.
I feel that vibe with my Shadow Priest. So yeah.
Speaking of Shadow Priest, what covenant are you going with, Rem?
Oh, easy, Vinthier. Aesthetically, thematically, story-wise,
Is
everything.
that really the easy? Like,
Even if they're not good, they're going to be the best. So I don't give a shit.
Oh man, I was so excited that Venthyr was good for Demon Hunter, and because I get to see my favorite villain.
so
Oh yeah, maybe that's kind of cool too.
So-
But no, just
not for nothing, Wowhead does have a really good breakdown where it breaks down what skills and all that. Like, it does help give you the facts, right? When you want the facts.
yeah. So part of the problem with that I found with, I'm not bagging on them, but with Wowhead guides or stuff like that is they don't keep them up to date as much as they should or they could. I
Data
don't know
miners, so it
the
should,
logistics.
the table should.
Well,
be
I'm not talking about data mining. I'm talking about the actual guides they have for classes.
No. I don't ever do the class. I don't ever. No.
Oh, I thought that's what you're referencing.
No. Don't confuse me telling you to get data directly from Wowhead versus following their how-to Warlock guide, unless it's a.
I thought that's where you went for your Affliction Warlock. I mean,
I
Destro.
don't even have a Destro lock anymore. To focus as my mentor.
Wait, what? Focus is your mentor.
Yeah. Go to your sources, your pros. Pick a pro that's really good at that class and spec, and get the rest of what you need. Get the data and the facts and the numbers from Wowhead, because they get it directly from data mining. So get that stuff. The rest of the stuff get from the pros that you trust that are, and not somebody who says they're a pro. Like get someone from a pro that knows what they're doing. Because
And be you're a pro.
I'm looking for a Destro Warlock pro now.
I'll learn it and teach you. It's okay.
I recommend Deirdre.
You know, you don't really realize all the things that are a byproduct of a situation. That's kind of
Neither
sad,
does he.
So dumb.
But they have
Oh,
a breakdown of the different things. I think I'm going vampire route too, though I was between the two. But I really like the blood teleport. I had fun with that in beta. So I think we'll see what that looks like. I think that's oddly predictable, right, for the Destruction Warlock, but I have my Mog all picked out and ready to go. But I don't know, like, what do the fairy ones, what do those go with? Like, what's obviously, like, aren't they like nature-ish, or is that the Night Fae, right? Those they're like nature.
What?
Aren't they nature?
Yeah, they handle the life cycle of wild gods
Druids,
and
yeah.
all that good stuff. Yeah.
Druids maybe mage, right? Mage, they use elements. That's not the same as nature, but
No.
visually though, I think is important. Like I want to not stick out like a sore thumb.
Well, so like for instance,
in my covenant, right?
For me personally, with my priest, all the covenants are pretty close together in terms of the percentages. And so that's why I also would just reinforce by my I don't give a shit, I'm picking Vinthier. Even though the spell isn't the most fun, I'm not really looking for fun. It's the aesthetic of it is what I like about
Opposite
Vinthier.
of what Rem is saying, fun is important. And yes,
well,
the aesthetic
one
matters,
spell,
but fun
one
is
spell
important.
is not being fun isn't going to destroy me.
So I just want you guys to know that now that I already got emotional because I can't look up to my Destruction Warlock. Yeah, I have Bell of Method also as my name on my Twitter, which is wrong. I'll fix that in editing. But for those of you watching, it's Bell the Janitor. Thank you, Julio, for texting me that I just barely read. Obviously, I was not in my right mind, and I thought I had adjusted all the things, so just ignore my Twitter. So, I'm very upset because I don't have a Destruction Warlock to learn stuff from now, and I missed Goodnight Kisses with my granddaughter. Okay, so what are we doing right now while we wait for the expansion? Because we've got we have pre-patch events still coming up to be they haven't announced it, right, when they're the first?
No.
And right now is a really good time to level alts because
it's
you know,
stupid easy. It's
Oh yeah, level through warlords. It's so quick.
Or you can do tank and healer, go through classic
Yeah.
for a couple of the dungeon quests, and then hip hop to BC. This is just so you're not like running out of quests, and you'll fly.
And now is a good time also to spend your time in between your leveling time to get caught up on other games. I didn't realize how important that was to me until the last expansion, really, when I was like, I really need a break from my game.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I've been getting my WoW game in, but yeah, that's what I've been doing the past like month, 2 months, is playing all the games I had like on my back burner, and
all the games that I won't touch when.
And I was like almost disappointed that I didn't play it sooner. Just like they're really good games. There's a lot of good games out there, by the by.
It's true. We do need to GTA. I've been pirating too and taking over empires and admiraling a fleet and Star Trek, and the kids have made me download Among Us, and the family likes to all get together and.
Wow, they got you to download it, but when I ask you,
I don't
you're
actually.
like, no,
I've only played it once or twice, mostly because I couldn't figure out how to vote.
I've been telling you would
They kept kicking me out because they thought I was the guy because I didn't know how to vote. Anyway, just so you know, my boys, if you're ever in a game with them, my boys dominate because whenever one is the bad guy, the other covers, and they're really great at
that's
misdirection.
cheating.
I know it's 100% cheating. 100%.
That's like
and what I love is so my 21-year-old also plays it with them, and I love when the boys cover for her when she's the imposter. It's so good for my soul that the little brothers are like totally like trying to throw all the heat off of her.
Brandon's playing Among Us?
Yeah, and it's so good for my heart as a mother to hear them like, oh, they love their sister. They're totally covering for her.
Once you learn the game, I would be terrified of playing with you, but I know that you would enjoy it.
I just run around doing tasks. I don't really know. We could probably all do a thing together. I'm not really good at it. Brew, do you, Among Us?
Never played it. I want to, but I've never played it.
You just gotta download and you just jump in and you're gonna look like an idiot and people are gonna throw the
It's
dirt
on Steam where you
you.
can play it for free on your
The
phone.
imposter can jump in and out of vents, and don't ever be the person that reports the body, because if you're the person that reports the body, you're the person everybody automatically assumes.
Well, if you don't have any type of thing going on, then yeah.
If I happen to bear witness to the killing and I made it away before I got killed, or the person jumped in a vent before I got killed, they always accuse the person who reports the body, so I don't ever report it. Ever.
That makes you more sus, though.
First of all, can we not? Can we not?
What does Xavier and Elijah use that all the time?
I told both of them, if I hear you truncating the word suspect, we're gonna fight about it. That's very lazy, guys. It's like
Oh, that seems pretty sus of you, though,
oh
Belle.
my god, that's so weird. Now we're gonna have to make Brew download it. Maybe.
Change my Twitter name to Sus Brew of Pwnecast.
So I'm gonna change mine to Postheat. Postheat.
Post haste.
Pre-menopause heat.
I'm gonna make mine preheat oven.
Oh, that's a good one. Preheat oven. So.
Someone was calling preheat oven Andy, which I laughed at.
Oh my god. Halloween. What's going on for Halloween? Anybody doing stuff?
I'm gonna be very, very drunk.
I like the way you think.
Huh? Nice.
I like the way you think.
I will be playing games.
Like with someone's emotions, or
As in playing video games.
Oh,
Hello.
got it. He's getting. Who's getting married on Halloween?
I'm not.
Oh, that would be really funny.
All that you're saying,
30th.
I was like, what?
I would make a lot of fun of both of you if either of you wanted to get married on Halloween. If anybody got married on Halloween, I'm not necessarily knocking you, but they're my friends, so I can make fun of them.
The 30th is.
Oh, you're getting married the 30th of this month?
Yeah, and then we're doing like a real reception
I
next
thought
year.
you were getting married next month.
No, I guess they're eloping.
Oh, pretend
and
wedding.
Then,
Eloping, then real wedding.
yeah.
You're getting pre-married, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Till they get the post married.
Which is not. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much basically Halloween, Drew. Angie wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it basically is. It's the day before. It's pre-Halloween.
It's Halloween in Australia when you're getting married.
You know-
so
Pre-Halloween.
I would have this week would have been
pre-marriage.
we would have been doing the BlizzCon stuff.
You don't live in sin.
Hey, sometimes living in sin is good. Okay, so we were supposed to have a show last week, but we really didn't pre-plan show. It was kind of on the fly. I was like, this is a good idea, but then I'm like, just because he sounds like a good idea doesn't mean
Yeah,
it.
today is just kind of like an impromptu. We're
So
back.
I did get this beautiful creature, which I need to. If I pan my camera around, you're going to see all the alcohol and
What do you
junk
have?
food.
Snacks and
I just
junk
have like
food?
cake and wine and.
We don't have shame here. We don't judge. I mean, we judge, but we don't.
Okay, so
Well, it's not even
This-
that bad.
I have it upside down because you know how I do. So it has this gorgeous stand. Let me flip it around. Fuck you. Hold on. It's not going to let me flip it around because it hates me. Oh, because it's plugged in. So like I can't really.
But
flip
can
it.
you? But can
Well,
you?
I can't
flick it?
really flip it around. I can smack it up. Flip it.
Reverse
Anyway,
it.
so this is the WoW microphone, which I'm going to be doing a video sometime tomorrow, actually.
I mean, if you unplug it, it'll sound fine when you're moving it around.
Did it hurt in people's ears? Oh, shit. So it does come with this really fancy base. I don't know if anybody's purchased them yet. The bases aren't really practical, but they are really cool because the
Yeah, it has the runes around it. It's
yeah,
cool.
but it's every time you smack your desk. So no, I did not move my desk. Oh, does it sound good? So if anybody wants to buy this guy for me, It's brand new. It's only been used for 3 episodes.
So Angie is saying that you didn't sound good before, but
no,
this
she's right
actually
because I
makes you
could never
sound good.
I couldn't get this one just right, and it's because of its shape. I know it is. I'm not flattest, but I'm kind of flattest. I could. This is a great microphone, but I didn't give it the proper time. I really didn't. If anybody wants this guy, it does a lot of really cool stuff.
It's the cat mic, right?
No, I love your new mic. Like you've always sounded good, but like this is the best you've sounded. Like you're like really clear and crisp.
It's because of all the auto tune and treble and all that stuff they got in the system.
Well, actually, I don't even know if it's 100%. I do know that it sounds pretty great, and I know that it's Yeti, and it's a Yeti X, so it's different. If you're looking to buy it and you already have a Yeti, you do need to get, you're gonna have to get a different shock mount. 20 bucks. 20 bucks. This guy was like 19 bucks. You have to make sure you get stuff for the Yeti X because that's
also
are you gonna let me talk?
Is it no I was actually going to let you talk more about it. What system do you use that hides the AC and the white noise? Is it the one that comes with it, or is that something else?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to show you guys. Though I'm new, so hold on. I got to figure out how I do this. I just want to share. So hold on. So I don't like Logitech. I know many of you do, and that's great. For me, personal preference, I like their cameras. I don't like anything else. I was very upset that I had to download the Logitech G Hub software because now I've got all the softwares for all the things on Bertha. But it does have its own. So the good thing about this to me, which I can't really show you the coolest. So if you guys can see, there's runes that go all the way around, and you can actually change that, by the way. Uh-oh. Did I ruin it? Hold on. Can you guys still hear me?
Soiled it.
We good? We're good. So you can customize.
Is she saying anything?
I'm gonna kill you. Well, you can customize the. I know when you can hear me. You can customize the colors. So I have like blue and purple. It also has a very clear mute or unmute versus like the little dot on. Like I loved my Yeti. My Yeti for 5 years was a solid Yeti, but Angie's right. It did have gain issues and there was no software, which was annoying. This does have software. So let me see if I can share my screen. Now, obviously, the fact that I got this microphone before it was released and announced and for free is of no bearing on what I'm saying in terms of if you're deciding if this is a microphone you want to purchase. Yes, it does do wow voices. I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be refined, but let me show you. Hold on, I'm going to have to go to a blank screen, and then I'm going to have to add a source. I'm new. How do you add a motherfucker? How do you add a program as the source?
I would do. Are you in XSplit or are you in?
I'm in XSplit.
I think she's using oh, gross.
XSplit is not gross. XSplit is the only thing that works for me.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I got it. I do the. Hold on, I think I got it. Sorry, I meant to mute. I meant to mute. Sorry. Okay. Can you guys see this? Okay. So, hold on, I'm new. So, there's all kinds of stuff that I have not messed with. It does, there's all kinds of settings. We'll get to the sampler in just a second. So you can like adjust all your stuff. I have, the breathing really creeped me out. So I turned off the breathing and just made it static.
It's not actually breathing.
Well, it looked weird to me. I couldn't. So this thing does all kinds of stuff. Like first you can have all these different, they have tons of presets for what you want your voice to sound like. I think I copied the broadcaster and did, but it has all kinds of stuff here. So unlike, like say the original Yeti, you actually can control some of this here.
Yeah.
And then it's also can have for specific things. You can have different stuff, which is kind of cool. So here you can create, this is really what I'm curious to see about in the community, how people develop this, because you can upload your own, so you can create your own effects. I don't know. We're gonna do some testing, so I need you guys to tell me how this crap sounds, okay?
Do I in fact sound like an orc? That's what this is supposed to be. Do I sound like an orc? No.
They're asking us or
Anybody who will answer.
well, like I've told you before, the orc doesn't sound like an orc.
So I don't know if they plan on fixing or adjusting these. I have no idea.
But here's a gnome, which I assume sounds like a chipmunk.
Yeah.
It's like a chipmunk that's
Then here's
grown
the
a little
gnome
bit.
extreme.
It's just chipmunk. I think we could probably
Then here's
make
the
it better.
Now you can change all this. Like this just is stuff that comes with the software, and I know that I was told that they plan on adding more to it.
Like Blingatron was not here a week ago. There was no Blingatron. Do I sound like Blingatron? I don't sound like Blingatron. What about the imp? Do I sound like an imp?
Not really. It sounds like a gnome's balls dropped.
Well, and now there's what's the Cathedral of
God.
Light? What does this sound like? The Cathedral of Light.
Oh, it has like a angelic effect on the voice.
What about the King? So they've added quite a bit since I was just testing this last week. Reverb.
Like a gnome
Like a
vocalizer.
pipe? Like a crack pipe or?
It sounds like you're in a. It sounds like you're in the dungeon and you're like yelling down the tube.
What about the Mecha-Gnome vocalizer?
What is that?
It's supposed to be a vocalizer.
What about the Pig and Whistle? I don't know what that means either.
You sound regular, so I guess it's working.
Wow.
What about the Lich King? Do I sound like the Lich King?
You sound like a female.
I sound like a female
Yeah.
Lich King?
Maybe.
What about Void Echoes?
With just a bunch of echoes.
Just a bunch of.
I feel like a Naru was talking. Like
What
that
about
sounded like
gender
Naru to me.
shift Female. What's gender shift female male? What's that mean?
Well, you sound like a male, now you sound like a female, so.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Oh.
Jesus!
Oh, Belle, I think you'll give me kudos for this when I successfully. My boss, who's very much Russian, is just like, you take hot potato and give it to somebody else and say it's your fucking problem. I successfully did that, so I'm not pulling an all-nighter anymore. It's somebody else's problem.
That is the perk.
That's
Of
funny.
being
You
director
take this hot
sometimes.
potato and say it's your fucking
Sometimes
problem.
it's the only good thing about being director is you do get to pass the buck.
Oh
Unfortunately,
man, I love my job. Hold on.
unfortunately, Julio knows that more than anyone. Because when I just don't want to deal with something, I do in fact say, "Hey,
Yeah, she's like, go message Julio. I'm like,
I need you
oh.
to do this thing." 'Cause I don't
Julio?
want to. Okay, so also the thing to note is, in addition to like the WoW stuff, which I'm sure they're going to improve that as we go, and I'm sure people, as they're learning how to use this the mic software, they'll make better versions of the voices.
Yeah.
They do have some built-in stuff here for different stuff that you can make of your own. What I do also like is I just need to find.
Oh, you don't have to. Oh, I like that. You don't have to mess with all this stuff.
Yeah, no, you don't ever have to touch any of that. You can touch it too,
Oh my.
but that's it.
It sounds much. Oh, never mind.
So what I do think is cool is I haven't figured out how to use all this stuff yet because it has sound bites from everything. So like,
When the Banshee shattered the helm, it tore a gaping
Yes,
wound
Murloc.
through the veil between our world and the Shadowlands.
so you guys probably didn't hear that, but I know
Did you
Stream
have a
heard
stroke
that.
right there,
Did you guys hear that on stream?
That's what you look like.
Did
No.
you guys
I
hear
don't
that
know.
on stream?
Do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
I'm gonna do a different one. Let's do
I fear darker days are to come.
Okay, that's cool.
So there's tons.
For the Alliance!
I haven't figured out how to keybind these guys yet.
Tides carry them home.
And then we've got let's see. There's
I am Sylvanas Windrunner, and I approve this message.
That's actually pretty cool. There's spells.
And I approve this message.
There's
I do not fear death.
I'm told they're gonna be continuously adding. There's spells from Shadowlands. I guess that's supposed to be so I'm actually
Whoa.
That is definitely the sound of my bubble.
so there's all kinds of
That's
stuff.
heroism.
Now these are all made to be keybound. Oh, that's right. This was my second favorite part was the ambiance. Grizzly Hills, anyone?
Whoa.
Sometimes just the Grizzly Hills, also Storm Peaks. Is that in there? Well, it's Stormwind.
Oh, it's not like the soundtrack. It's just like
It's the- it's
someone's in the
the
middle of the
ambiance.
city and yeah.
Ever wanted to
Murloc,
know?
Murloc!
Oh, Murloc. Hold on.
I've been waiting patiently.
It kind of actually just sounded like Envy, though. Honestly, if you listened, I don't know where it started, and he.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
What is this even?
That was a
mean?
null.
Oh, so there's alarm clocks. Alter arm. That scared me a little bit.
Jesus, that was loud.
Yeah, that scared me. It was just a tiny bit. Oh, oh, raid loot. Oh, the quest complete.
Let me guess, nothing fucking dropped.
Exactly. But yeah, so there's all kinds of
My friends.
Okay. Oh, the frozen orb for mages.
For anybody who's watching, did anybody pre-order this through Best Buy yet? I did. And the release date's November 3rd, right? But I'm getting mine this Tuesday, according to UPS.
No, that it wasn't. It was released this month.
It says everything.
I think that was a placeholder date, maybe. Then.
I think Best Buy's fucked up because my contact that sent me this told me that it would be like it was released when they announced it.
And who was your contact?
She's a lovely woman who actually used to be Bajira's, the company that Bajira uses for his management stuff. She was like his, she was like his executive assistant. She was like his executive assistant, and she was going to another company that deals with branding for a living, and she said, "Hey, I'm gonna keep your stuff." And imagine my surprise when she kept my stuff. Hey,
another sub.
Thanks for the sub, my guy. Oh, hold on. You get now, and that's actually great. If I need someone to learn how I macro these to my stream deck.
Let me
but I
Google
am
that
gonna
for
play
you.
a Murloc for you. Hold on. You do get the Murloc. I gotta go way downtown because.
No, my.
I am Murloc.
Where is the Murloc? Wait, we're there. We're almost there, guys. You get the Murloc for the sub. And let's see what the dragons are.
Do they have Jiraxis, actually?
You face Jiraxis. You face Jiraxis. Jiraxis, a big gnome. Your arrogance will be your undoing. You faced Jiraxis. You faced Jiraxis.
Let's hear a volcano.
Sweet. No Myrtle.
That's the volcano?
That's a volcano. That's
it
like the
didn't sound like
ambiance of the volcano.
It sounds like Taco Bell stomach pain.
Let's
didn't
hear.
really sound like one. Was it still preheating?
It's post-heat and preheat and mid-heat and pre-menopause heat.
Which one would you take?
All of them.
Oh my.
So you get your, when do you get yours?
This Tuesday.
So from a, yeah, we still have that nice try though. So I do recommend the microphone, not for any other,
Kawaii, yes.
not for any other reason other than it's Yeti. It's smaller than the Yeti Pro. The software, from what I've seen, is pretty decent. Obviously, I haven't done a super lot of testing. I actually have a lot of stuff I got to do tomorrow because I got to do a video on it. I do recommend, if you're a WoW fan in general, it's nice because it's WoW related. If you don't have use for the microphone, don't buy it, right? If you don't talk to other people where a microphone is needed, then don't buy it, unless you want to. And again, I have this beautiful Elgato Wavelink.
The cat mic, yeah.
Brand new, only used 3 times for sale.
I got one for you, Sam, or Bell.
Yes.
I got one for you. So my high ass was.
Is this the story you told me last night?
Yes. So my high ass was on Best Buy, the app. Like,
It's only been a week. You can send it back. Sorry, not you. Go ahead.
I'm on Best Buy, just scrolling through, seeing what the fuck I'm gonna spend my reward money on. They sent me a pretty big reward for buying the fucking TV, but it was only like $50, which took care of the taxes. But anyways, I was very high and did not know this. I bought this really nice blue boom arm, right? I'm like, cool. It's $99. That's kind of pricey. Whatever. Purchase. Comes in, right? Your stuff always comes with a receipt. Look at the receipt. The receipt says $299.99.
Because it came with the whole set. It's the stream set.
So I got a spare if anybody wants one.
It's the whole set, and I bought one that's $99 that isn't blue brand. And the shock mount I got for the Yeti X. If you do have the regular Yeti, you are gonna have to get a new shock mount. If you need the link, DM me on Twitter. This shit was $19. It's great, does its job. But
yes, Heath, that was exactly what I was offering. Oh, cocaine's a hell of a drug, but it was pot.
that was
if you have the monies, I recommend getting it, and it isn't because I'm trying to advertise. It's because it's Yeti, and Yeti.
But if you do buy it, use its link. Just kidding.
I don't have a link. I tried. I was like, do you guys want me to give me my people a link? I don't have many people, but the people I do have will probably click it. I do recommend it. It's not expensive. In terms of in the grand scheme of how expensive mics are, it's for
the quality and all that. Yeah,
it's software controlled. It's a reputable company, and it's WoW, and it's
reputable.
Not obnoxious WoW colors either.
Reputable.
Honestly, the front alone is what I love about it.
Reputatable.
Potato depression.
Yeah, so great quality. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow just to get people going. And I do also have RTX voice, but I haven't done anything with it, so I don't know if that'll change the quality of this stuff. So, those of you that are wondering, it is good. I like it. And I do recommend it. You need the accessories that you don't want to spend. You don't have to buy their brand accessories like Envy did. And extras. You can
Yeah, I was like, the fuck? Like, pick up like an extra microphone. I'm like, oh, you fucking idiots.
With that said, I am strict on budget until after January between lawyer fees for my granddaughter and kids' Christmas. Listen,
Birthday 2.0 and Christmas, yeah.
yeah,
just
because
laying around, you know.
if anybody,
The 2080 is just chilling.
I've been trying to get a 2080 Ti. You have my address.
Bro, I sent you a message, my guy. I even said, "Hey, I'll take it. I'll pay for the flat rate."
I'm gonna visit you both, and all I'm gonna do is like put a knife down between you and walk away.
She's already got it.
He's
Is it the
already
one-
dead.
is it-
He's
but it's gotta be
already,
the knife.
If this is any kind of object fight, he's already dead.
You
I
Can it
spent
be
a
the
lot of
knife
time in dark
from,
places, Envy. You got to make it a fair fight for him.
Okay, I will
And
give.
for anybody who's wondering, yes, I do mean prison. Before somebody tweets it and is like, "Oh my God, did you hear about her past?"
About hair pants.
Fucking idiots, man.
I think the knife that's provided should be the one that City pulled out of his toilet.
Oh, gee.
That's probably got like that's probably got some like diseases on it, man.
Okay, so
Christ, that knife.
Someone was
It was
murdered
like a
at his
fucking-
house.
if anybody
was a
wants to
steak knife.
donate a World of Warcraft Secret Labs chair to me, feel free to donate.
I mean, I
you
bought a spare. You want one?
Why would you buy a spare?
Because he
I
has a
don't know.
wife.
I don't know, but she's been pissing me off. So
Don't, you
hold
know,
on, is she watching? I got.
you have to give it to the wife because it's
Well,
better to
I
just
do,
say yes to
but-
the wife. But
This is
if,
when we watch Envy get murdered on
and
show.
if Secret Labs is
Fine.
watching and wants to sponsor the janitor, I will not boost any of your sales.
You probably
I
lose
won't-
income.
I won't help your product brand. I'm probably not going to be really good for your morale, and I really don't have anything to offer except
Cactus. We offer cactus.
and I might offer Rem sometimes to you as well.
Ram and cactus.
Yeah.
And shock. We'll offer shock.
It's a 3-for-1, and maybe ETH if it strikes my fancy too. He said, "Fuck y'all." I am starting a
I mean,
a WoW,
Cactu would be a good choice because he ain't no quitter. So
I'm starting a WoW
He's just
Secret
a
Labs
switch
share
hitter.
fund. If anybody's interested in donating to this Save a White Girl fund. The only
Cactus,
problem
you could
is
be anybody.
I need somebody to confirm that it's ergonomic, because the reason I don't have a gaming chair is because it wasn't ergonomic, though somebody told me Secret Labs was the exception to the rule, and I need to know who told me that.
All you need to know is I.
No, so
Do you have it yet, Envy? Because I need to know if
it's not pictured, but it does. It's not like ergonomic like your shit, but it's got like the ergonomic stuff you can put onto the chair.
No, I don't want
Yeah.
to put
It says
anything
it comes
on the
with-
chair. I want it to be a part of the chair.
Then no.
It
Somebody
says it has
told-
lumbar support.
Yeah, somebody told me it has dials where the lumbar pops. It comes out of the chair. Is that a lie?
No, it is not a
won't
lie.
get-
It has the lumbar. You can adjust it. It pushes out the lumbar, right? You don't. It's nothing you attach. It adjusts in the center.
It's in the chair. Yes. You just.
It is in the chair, yeah.
Oh, the image I was looking at for it was wrong then. Okay.
But it.
So then, can I have your chair?
I'm just gonna have to go sit on Envy's chair. I'm not getting rid of this chair.
Oh, then what the fuck?
The only reason I
Well-
haven't actually went broke to buy the WoW chair is because the whole reason I didn't replace the chair because I needed a new chair. I replaced the chair because my fucking back.
So
Oh,
what you're saying is you're gonna come over, try my chair. ETH. Or actually, when are you gonna do this? And then ETH, pay attention because that's when you're showing up too.
There's 2 of us and 1 of you.
don't
ETH,
care.
let's not let us get punked. There is 2 of us in one state. In fact, there's 3 because of Rem. There's 3 of us and 1 of him.
Yeah, but he didn't even include me, so it's irrelevant.
You're working right now, sir. You have a
we're
job.
mathematically, statistically, and
I don't know what you're getting at. Like I'm trying to call you out or something.
No, but I'm saying like you come to us. There's more of us than there are of you.
No, but all the
That's a
smoking
law of
equipment's
math
here.
and averages.
And the smokers.
Yeah. Pile that shit up. There's only 2 of you, 2 humans. Pile that shit up in your Jeep and on the way you go.
Nah, because Pugsy takes up most of the room.
Pugsley goes to the that's the pug sitter. What
I
are you
have
saying?
3 guest bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, and I got a Blackstone, a smoker, a grill. I could fit
Look,
everyone.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't sleep at other people's houses, man.
You won't sleep in my house.
I have a thing.
You sleep in the
We'll sleep at the
garage.
hotel.
Like, I feel like I could probably sleep at Envy's house because I know his wife's probably more OCD than I am. Like, about a lot of things. I don't know. Pugs would be shitting all over the place, so maybe not. But, like, and there was boogers on the wall at one point from one of your guests. I don't know which ones.
Oh, no.
He got yelled at. Like, motherfucker.
Like, I would have come unglued. So, buy the microphone if you have the extra funds, or buy it for a friend who's a WoW fan. Buy it for a Christmas gift or something. It is good. It isn't.
So it wants to buy me it. I'll send you my information.
What's important to me is whether or
It
not
makes
it's a
a
shit
great
product.
stocking
And it's not.
stuffer.
Well, it kind of does.
Where are you stuffing it?
Alex ain't any cleaner, honey. That's.
What?
No. Alex is no cleaner. Staying at Alex's is no. That you ain't
So-
getting any. You're not staying anywhere better.
You know that popcorn maker that I take pictures and send them to you regularly and shit? He's got the same one. He's got the same one, right?
Why do you two have fucking popcorn makers? You know what? I have a popcorn maker. It's called a microwave and a bag of Orville Red.
It's not the same shit. You could put like 2 sticks of butter in that damn kettle.
It's
You're stuck with
literally
what's ever in
Orville
that pack.
Redenbacher's, and it's fucking
Overridden
yummy.
dick. Garbage.
Listen, now because I have to torture you guys because of you.
Anyways, I went to this guy's house and I was gonna grab some popcorn. He's just like,
Of
Why?
course,
'Cause
eat.
it's
Stop
like
letting
5
these
months old.
men make you feel less of a man because you don't have a popcorn maker.
That was a story I wanted to share.
You know, I have a popcorn maker. I have 5 of them. They're children.
Do you have deep? Never mind.
Say hi to the grandbaby because I didn't get to give her a kiss before she went to bed, and she's awake now. She wants to say hi to everyone since it's... Oh, yeah, okay. Go say hi. You say hi to everyone? Go say hi to everyone? She just woke up. It's her mid...
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems legit.
You agree?
Duh.
Do you agree? I agree.
Oh man, that was a spoiler for Shadowland story. Why would you tell everyone that?
She cracks me up. So she does this thing. Nope, no touching grandma stuff. She does this thing where she goes, yes! And we don't know where she got it from. She just randomly started doing it.
I'm telling you, I'm still sold that it's Elijah.
Are you gonna say hi? You gonna say hi to them? What, crazy pants? Here, you can have that. She's sometimes you just have to give her a spoon.
Your private. Never mind. Your private history probably not the proper joke.
Yeah, that's probably true, actually.
Damn.
Oh, you gonna say hi to everyone? You gonna say hello to everyone? Say goodbye. Say thank you for watching. Hey, are you gonna say goodbye? Excuse me, ma'am. Are you gonna say goodbye?
She has that spoon for ice cream. I think that she's trying to give you a hint there.
Okay. Well, see, now the show is complete. She does this in the middle of conference calls when I know
It's true.
I know my huddles have ran too long and we've talked too much because she comes running and she
screams, does
and
laps,
it's screaming at the top of her lungs. And then if I don't pick her up right away, she throws herself on the floor because grandma's ignoring her. But she does have the spoon engines.
Oh, god damn it.
Um,
Right over my head right there.
Envy better hope he never meets her, because you think I am bad with giving her whatever she wants. Like, you talk about putty in her hands. Envy would literally, like, not be able to resist her tiny charm. What's going on? Are you about to pick your nose? Is that a booger?
Need to check to see if my wife is watching. Otherwise,
You could say hi.
You're gonna have to get another pug.
yeah, exactly.
You gonna say hi?
Okay, yeah, she's not on. Crisis averted, everybody.
Talk to the entire stream to tell people how she feels about this spoon. Yeah.
Does she need a spare microphone by chance? She's pretty talkative. I think she might benefit. See?
You guys say hi. Say bye. You tell everybody bye. Say thanks for watching my grandma.
Yep.
She sees shinies like I do all the time. Say bye.
Squirrel.
You want to go back on the nights? Say bye. Say bye, everybody. Say bye. Okay, bye. Ow. She hit my knuckle, little turd. I love you. Good night, night. Night, night. She's so cute. She always wakes up around this time. My daughter wakes her up to check her diaper. Okay. But I think that's about it. We've had a very long show. We didn't really talk about anything of huge substance, but I feel like we talked about a lot of things, which is good.
We certainly did. Especially me.
Envy said the most.
The guy.
He was just accidentally muted the whole time. It's okay.
Luckily,
he turned into a pug, evidently.
Luckily, we didn't talk about a lot of game stuff. Most of it was just bullshit in the community that we haven't had a chance to talk about. So we saved the best for all the other things. Now, currently, our current plan is to be bi-weekly until the expansion and then see how it plays out. I don't want to commit to weekly, and it
just unravel.
It depends. My company's getting ready to go on a code freeze. I should have less work. I'm assuming Envy, you're probably
should, yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
An alleged code freeze, because it's never frozen.
Next week is the last release for us, so all of our products are pushing every fucking thing they possibly can out the door.
Yep.
But I'm hoping we'll just kind of take it as it goes. I would like to return to weekly once we have an overabundance of things to talk about where we just can't talk about it in a bi-weekly episode. So we'll kind of see what that looks like as we know when it's when stuff's going to be announced. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all in a
Burr.
we're all in a good place, yeah?
Yeah.
Are we in a good place?
Define good place.
I'm not in prison, and I'm not.
Define prison.
This world is a prison.
That's pretty accurate, actually. Because prison is 100% relative, and
well, I don't think maybe you guys asked each other while I was dealing with the fire drill, but how are you all doing? Being more or less remote. I mean, I feel like I'm asking a stupid question to Belle because she's used to it.
This is her daily life, yeah.
7, 8, 9 years now? 8 years, because I was remote for 2 years in my other company before.
But how are you guys handling it, Drew? I feel like the same question applies to you, Rem. But...
Well, I mean, before this, I went to an office or I worked out of a truck like day to day, so it's definitely a adjustment, but I love it.
You, Drew?
I'm surprised, actually. It's gone a lot better than I thought. I mean, I still go in quite often just because there's, I don't have a magic way to pull a server out of a box and put it in a rack for me. So I still have to go in and...
Smart hands, bro.
Yeah, I wish I worked at Facebook. Doesn't like Facebook or Amazon do that already? They figure that out, but
they figured out what?
Smart they actually something like that. It's
oh, that's a company. It exists. Like you could could request
They-
services. They usually exist in data centers, though.
Yeah, but I'm surprised how well it's gone. We've been adapting. I know the old mission I worked on, they're in thermal vac right now down in Virginia, and it's been interesting because some of the stuff is classified. So trying to figure out how we're going to do this remote and still have enough people on site but meet our COVID protocols has been interesting.
Yeah, so yeah, that sounds about like what I do. I try to go in every so often, but it's kind of like a chore. like you want to go, but you don't. Like
Once you have been remote for so long, like, and it's different for everyone, but like my first year being remote, like, the second year when I switched jobs from Fred Loya to where I'm at now, there was 2 uncomfortable weeks where I had a filler job, because when you have kids, you can't be unemployed for any period of time. So I had this shit job where I had to go into an office. It was terrible. I hated it. I literally was like, what do you mean I have to get up at the exact moment and then get showered and dressed and coffeed and drive? What do you mean I have to fucking put on pants? What is this underwear you're talking about? Like, I can't go
no, please do tell me more.
I absolutely could not. I don't mind traveling for work. I enjoy it. And I might enjoy like going in, say, once or twice a month, right? But I can never go back to working in an office.
I think the most interesting thing for me has been the fact that it's brought back the oh my god I'm at NASA feeling, if that makes sense.
That's
like
true.
I had that when I
No,
first started,
that's true.
right?
Yeah.
And then so like eventually
Here's
it's
this
just like,
location, right? Like the big sign really is what makes you realized your dream.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, growing up around this stuff because my dad's worked on Hubble since the year I was born, and so like I grew up around this and being able to work with all this stuff now and working on the mission that I'm working on right now. I'm working on the follow-up mission, the real next-gen Hubble Space Telescope.
I want to talk to you about this later off the record. I had a secret
It's
obsession.
classified, Belle.
No, not about
This
that.
one isn't.
I've had
Roman
a secret
Space Telescope is
obsession.
not classified.
I've had a secret obsession, and I've caught up on Hubble's website of all the things Hubble has brought back over the last 10 years. I missed a lot. There's a lot of things that we know that I didn't know we knew. But I got stuff I want to talk to you about from a theory perspective.
All right.
Anyway, I forgot you were NASA, and I totally could have done this 3 weeks ago when I made my husband listen to my dribble. I did. It was on
called
this.
me instead.
Hubble is pretty awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever been to the website, but they have video, and you have to make sure you know if it's actual footage or if it's their, the program generated. But they've actually predicted and successfully predicted like the life cycle of a star based off the passes and the time, and they actually can use the images that are put back together. They can actually see it go out, and they've actually seen stars come back to life, which is crazy in itself. If you've never checked it out, you should go to Hubble's website. They redid it. I don't know when they redid it, but there's a ton of stuff. Galaxies that they've seen, and some of the technologies on Hubble that are not classified.
But can you see the moon?
Well, so this stems. I'm going to leave you guys.
Like, is the moon really there? Like,
I'm going to leave
who
you
knows?
guys with this. So I've always had the opinion that it's idiotic to believe that we are the only ones in the universe, in the vast universe where we don't even know where it spans. We don't even know how many galaxies there are because
Star Trek is actually a documentary from the future.
Right,
so.
but we don't know how many galaxies, we don't know how many planets. We don't know these things, right? Because we can only see galaxies because there's this weird light and mirror thing that happens, and Hubble brings it back, and there's all this cool stuff. Anyway,
Years.
I'm not the authority. I just read the stuff. That's Drew's. But I've always had this theory that it would be idiotic to believe that we are the only ones in this universe. However, it dawned on me. What if it isn't a case of we're the only ones? What if we're just the first?
That's even worse.
What if we're the first?
We're fucked.
But what if we're the first? Like, the theory's always been there's all this vast universe, but what if we're the first?
No, maybe. One of those like YouTube rabbit holes that I always go through is this channel called Riddle, and they're talking about or the gentleman actually, I don't even know what the hell his name is, but he was talking about like um, it was a topic about black holes, right? And
I got a few
how
females that would be interested in
Oh my.
that science. Anyway, sorry.
black holes and how the obviously the center of the black hole doesn't emanate any light, it's pulling the light in, right? The gravity's so strong, but around the the black hole you got like that spatial rift, right? And time is funky at that point, right? But in some of the images that are transmitted back to our telescopes, we're actually seeing like the beginning of time in some aspects.
Or even the past, right? Like it's either
It's crazy.
yeah, because of the way that it works, that we're either glimpsing into the future at a galaxy that in things that are happening that haven't happened here because of time, and even getting a glimpse of the past.
Yeah, even though
I love that Envy went down the same rabbit hole as me, because this was me literally 2 weeks ago, and I spent an entire day, an entire Saturday that was supposed to be gaming, literally on my laptop, just Hubble telescope and things that we've seen. And
well, that's why like Interstellar is like one of my favorite like sci-fi.
listen, we're talking about real
movies.
shit here, Rem. We're not
Well, that's
talking
what I'm-
about science fiction bullshit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not science fiction. It's sci-fi-ish because it actually has legitimate stuff going on. So that's why I like, because I love space stuff. Like it's
Yeah, some stuff that we've seen, we're either seeing it could be a glimpse of the past.
and even the stars in the sky are like millions of light years in the past that we're
and
seeing just
some
now.
things that they bring back when a star has burnt out. We're just seeing is it if it just happened, but it really happened like 5 years ago. I don't know what the time is, but
it's like millions of millions.
And since we're on the topic, I want to bring up one more interesting fact about black holes. Like the theory about like when somebody like there are two people, right, and one of them's pretty much getting sucked into the black hole, what they see is completely different from what the person outside of black hole would see, right? And it's of course just a theory, right? But like when you cross that threshold into a black hole, relativity and time cease to exist. You're effectively in two places at once, and it's fucking nuts. And when you're stoned as balls watching this, it blows your mind.
wait till you get into the whole dark matter, which doesn't mean what you think.
Oh my god! Like a little gram can cause like an explosion about the size of like the
I'm talking about
fat
actual,
boy.
like we don't even know what dark matter is. Just a theory.
No,
The
they've
show is
made
still going,
they've
but we're
made
pretty
dark
much done.
matter.
You can leave the
They've
door
made
open.
dark matter. Damn you! Stop
Yeah,
being
you
fat.
can come in. It's fine.
Are you talking about that? What's it
Open
called?
It's
The
fine.
hydroxine tube, whatever it's called.
Open it.
That's part of it, but they've
I like how my
successfully
husband
made
tells
like
me I'm loud.
milligrams of like dark matter, but it only survives like seconds. I think the longest they've actually had dark matter survive was like a minute 17.
They don't really. They also don't know what it is.
No, and it's also expensive to make.
They have
Super
it doesn't pick up on their, what is it called, Drew? Drew, whatever. What is it called? A spectro.
Oh,
What's the Hubble scope have equipped?
Spectro hydro spanner.
Flux capacitor.
It's a spectro something that basically reads. It gives them element readings if it's in our nature, right? Like if we. That's how they know.
Dark matter.
spectrograph.
Thank you. That's how they know, like, the difference between where they thought Mars at one point had water, but then they actually had proof that Mars at one point had big pockets of water, and it wasn't just like in the atmosphere or droplets. Like it actually had big pockets of water. They could, but it.
Okay, so Mars has big.
The
pockets.
telescope brings back the element readings too. If it's known to us, we know.
I was confused. It wasn't dark matter. It was antimatter.
Yeah. So dark matter. It's defined. we're not even gonna get into this because it's not WoW related and it's the end of the show.
No,
I'm telling you this rabbit hole is 'cause-
Shadowlands. There could be some antimatter bullshit in Shadowlands.
Well, the dark matter is it's
Like, what if you cross the black hole and then you were in Shadowlands?
I think they think that's how stars or galaxies are. I don't know. There's a whole big thing.
A
Anyway,
Star is Born, like Lady Gaga.
so we'll be back in 2 weeks. Hopefully, all just.
I mean,
WoW
she does
stuff.
have a lot of gravity to her, so.
Watch Cobra Kai on Netflix if you haven't. Mandalorian also is back.
Next week.
Next week.
Yes.
Much good TV if you haven't watched Ratchet. Any recommendations you guys have for people to watch while they game? What about anything on Netflix? Drew, what you got? What recommendations you got for people to watch?
If people haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Season 2 gets fucking weird, but it's
Yeah,
so
it does.
good.
And if you don't have Amazon Prime and you have Netflix, I highly recommend The Order and the Umbrella Academy.
Both are good ones too. Also, Utopia on.
Bro, I just
Which
watched that last
I don't remember
episode.
where we watched Utopia on, but I watched it on.
It's on Prime, but yeah, no, that last episode messed me up even more. So
Nurse Ratchet on Netflix is good too.
every episode has fucked with my head in Utopia. It's really a good show.
Yeah, it's good. What about you, Envy? What do you recommend people watch while they game? What's good on the?
Well, they game. If you got HBO Max, I was talking to Rem about this earlier. Definitely watch Harley Quinn the animated.
Yes.
It is hilarious. It is super hilarious. You will, Belle, you will not regret it if you have HBO Max.
I do. I
watch.
sideloaded it on my Fire Stick.
Where's my electric car, Bruce?
If you need help sideloading HBO Max on your Fire Stick, send me a DM and I will help you. It's wicked easy.
It sounds
Takes
like
2
a
seconds.
STD.
I mean, it's HBO Max Fire Stick won't allow it. They're fighting for some reason.
But yeah, Harley Quinn. If you want just like a super funny animated series, again on HBO Max, Lovecraft Country was something I started watching. Completed it. It's a slow start, but pretty good. Some documentaries that I've also seen, like the Action Park bullshit on HBO Max.
Oh,
that shit is hilarious. Like that guy, the owner, just gave no shits. Fun show to watch. The Boys. I just finished season 1. Fucking loved it. So I like Brew, recommend it. Otherwise, I've been watching a lot of South Park. Pandemic
shocking.
Special. You have to watch the Pandemic Special. It is
Always a good choice.
If you haven't seen the Pandemic Special, go to South Park's website. It's free.
If you have Apple TV, I'm sure you could get the trial for 7 days like I did.
That's actually a whole year.
Well, I got a whole year free with the phone, which I now have to swap out for the 12 because they went back to the old shape of the iPhones.
Well, we can talk offline about it.
Why do you have one?
No, but I've been reading some stuff.
Oh, should I wait?
I think so.
I just want the shape. It's the old school shape.
why you?
Did you get one, Rem?
Yeah, I have it on the way at the end of the month.
Yeah, my
is the
brother's
end of
is
the
on
month.
the way
It's
too.
the 24th.
It might be fixed with an update, but I've been reading that the battery life has gone to shit, and Apple didn't get to use, or they wanted to use the 5G chip, but
Listen,
they have the 5G chip, but not the one that they
the
intended
11
to
Pro
use.
Max battery for not for nothing. It's literally twice what previous versions were.
Yeah,
And I'm on my phone
That's great.
24/7, especially for work.
Oh yeah, I just have the 11 Pro and the battery life on that is phenomenal.
The X was shit for battery,
Yeah.
phenomenal with everything else,
Yeah.
great processor, but yeah, I did notice a difference in the battery life. I'm sure hopefully they'll fix whatever, but I wanted the shape of the 12 is iPhone 5's shape.
Oh yeah,
Might have
it's
even
the
been
it's
4.
like the box.
I loved
So,
it though.
So I read this
was
article on
sleek.
Engadget, and you know, Engadget isn't like some like bullshit site, but again, do your own homework. Well, from what I'm reading, they're gonna be releasing a iPhone. The rumor is their iPhone 13 will be out next year with improvements over what the 12 should have had. So more than likely, it'll be like a iPhone 12s is my guess, and that's what you're gonna want.
Also, back to that Apple TV. You don't have to have an Apple product to have Apple TV. I have the Apple TV app on my Fire Stick. Defending Jacob if you haven't watched it with Chris Evans. It's good. It's really good. There's a lot of good TV, and I think every week until
Well, I
the
guess
pandemic is over, we'll talk about
since everyone already said ones I was going to say, I would just say they're all on Prime, but Hannah, Carnival Row, and The Expanse are all really good shows if no one's seen those.
I agree. I couldn't go beyond one of the seasons on Expanse and Carnival Row. I just got stuck in other stuff, but I agree it's good.
You guys a fan of like World War II and like the What If? The Man in the High Castle on Prime was pretty good.
I've been thinking about that one for a while, but it's got like 5 seasons, and I'm like, I don't know. It's a lot of.
Yeah, it starts off slow like any other show, but it was really good, I thought. And then I played Wolfenstein to take out my vengeance on.
I am gonna go eat something. Namely this tickle belly cake. It's good to be back, guys.
Where the people are.
Hey, Eve, how messed up are you?
You know. I don't
like
think
on a scale of
I don't
1
think
to
he
10.
drinks as much as you
and
Alex.
You don't hang around with us much, do you?
I try to not. Like I genuinely try to not hang out with you. I try to avoid you at all costs.
That's fair.
But I'm kidding. Last night I old lady fell asleep.
Are we PvPing this weekend or not? Did you buy your trinket? Hello?
No, I had to be domestic, and then I had to do all the asset stuff for this show, and I had to download everything to Bertha because none of the Adobe
Wild
stuff.
card? Just, you know.
This is how we live up in the Malibu.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to do a shout out for Cactu. Fuck that.
I did
guy.
it earlier.
Well, I would just want to add my 2 cents. Fuck that guy.
Wow.
Wow,
but he's also, I guess, a competent healer.
Who's a competent healer? Listen, every
Oh,
time
my
I'm
bad,
in a
I'm
run
sorry.
with Cactu, he always makes me fall. I always die because of him.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be lying. My mama told never die.
Like I stand in fire, but still.
Oh yeah, if it's a Grievous week, fuck.
I do stand in fire, and sometimes, yeah, that absolutely 150% is my fault.
But do you see the red swirlies on the ground?
Yes, and I can run in them, true to natural fashion.
You do?
Because that's what you're supposed to do. You stand in stuff. I'm saying, I know, I got this. You don't gotta worry one bit.
Okay, you were Cactu.
I suppose I should
Explains
probably end
them.
the.
What about those other times?
What about the
Wow, that's savage.
Jesus?
Guys, we love you
Or
all.
is it?
It's good
Oh.
to be back. If we still have anyone that listens left.
I don't
Or
know.
if
Is
anybody's still
Eve still here?
The loyal ones for sure.
ETH is all I need.
I've been
Ethan's like
unfollowed a
the
lot
sun.
recently, and I
He's
want to
like
be
the-
really
the
sad
wind
about it, but
beneath
I'm
our
super not
wings.
sad.
And he's a subscriber too, so like he's basically a stakeholder.
No, he's not.
I thought he was. Fuck
What
him,
a cheap son of a bitch!
Hold up, I'm gonna force him in a second.
Oh my!
Wow, Cactu!
It was a mustache. wasn't
All
it?
this time!
There, now he is.
Well, I'm gonna redo the emotes. I got 3 artists in my DMs when I told them I wanted to redo my cartoon and I was gonna do your guys's.
People just sliding into your DMs.
Yeah, I told because I'm trying to get it's time for a refresh. We need cartoons and I need to get some emotes.
Things
And,
heating up.
Yeah,
We gotta get.
I think we could all
preheated.
go pro. I think we could all be pro streamers. And
Okay,
world-class skills.
you be pre-Bell. I'll be
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Pre-Rem?
pre-menopause Belle.
pre-Menopause.
And Brew can be I'm trying to think of something that makes
Brewster
sense.
Domo. Or Brewster Domos.
Bruce Domos.
I was reaching there.
We gotta think of good. I gotta think of really good preheat jokes because we got a lot of good material, man. A lot of good material.
Envy is pre and also post high envy.
I'm pretty sure there's like a pre-4 Loco joke out there.
I feel like I'm really hungry all of a sudden.
We could just like fuck with them and be like, oh, did you take your pre-workout? Fucking copyright that. But if the homework is dog shit, I will gladly accept. I will come back next week.
I'm gonna tag him every time I preheat. I'm gonna go preheat the oven for my cake.
I just want to know when we transition from preheat to post
Postheat?
Yeah, like is there a time frame? Is there a length of time? Is there?
I would say in like another couple of weeks we can go to mid or like current or present heat, whatever you wanted to.
Precipitation heat.
Let's see. Preheat synonyms.
We gotta
preheat synonyms.
We're gonna be thinking of ways we can incorporate preheat into our everyday jargon. Because I feel like
what the fuck? 4 heat?
4 heat?
Rem, you should find his Cash App and send him like 1 cent royalty fees when you preheat your oven.
Yes. I was gonna change my name on Twitter to Preheat Bell the janitor. But then I didn't want Max on stream telling people to unsub to me because God knows I'm important to
Pre-Bell of or pre-janitor of method.
Oh, yep. Oh, preheat, pre-ETH.
Preeth,
sir. Preeth. Okay, so on the agenda, I am gonna make it where the something comes on the screen for the sub.
Oh my! Whoa!
The sub thing. I need to do.
We're
all
not
that
we're not immature.
We're not in high school anymore.
We are officially gonna get out of here because my ginger's gonna kill me because he's been trying to get in here in game. We love
trying
you.
to steal your soul.
He is. We will be back.
Tell me, Clora, fuck off.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna make our stream better, guys. Just give me some time. Time's all we need. Time's on our side.
This is the pre-show.
This is the post show. Post heat. Is it ever post not heat? Like post cold?
I don't know.
I'm way too high for this conversation now.
We're out of here.
I think I'm on Mars already.
I'm about to go read.
Oh.
I'm about to look at all this stuff that we're linked because now I'm interested in this. I read Romulan, but I know it says Roman. I read Romulan. I was like, dude, they named the telescope after Romulan, and then I figured out it was Roman.
You want to know what like movie you like to watch?
Well, I mean, Nero is also associated with the Romulans and Romans, so
true. Event Horizon.
Oh, that's
one of those guilty pleasure movies. It's space. It's about hell. Fucking Dr. Grant's in it, and fucking Morpheus.
Why does that sound familiar?
Event
They're in
Horizon.
space.
It's really good. It's I can't remember his name, but he's been in a lot of things. He plays a really good crazy dude. He was in Jurassic.
Did they remake this? Because it sounds familiar for something current.
No. Event Horizon is they figure out a way to teleport, but what they don't realize is they teleported beyond known dimensions and into like straight to hell. And they brought back with it,
So it's pretty much.
They brought back with it some unsavory characters.
What's that one game that's a spinoff of Halo?
I don't know.
There's a spinoff of Halo.
It's got like the dude in the armor. He kills demons and stuff.
Are you thinking Dead Space?
My dude, I don't know, my dude. And you're thinking of Deepwater Horizon, by the way.
Deirdre isn't here, by the way.
No,
And fuck
Rem,
you like the soundtrack.
Rem was thinking of when he said Horizon.
Doom.
We're out of here.
I was fucking.
We're leaving for reals, guys.
The 4 girls share a pair of jeans that fits them all perfectly. God damn it, Eve.
I'm moving to Sex in the City. Maybe. Just
What the hell
kidding.
happened
Okay.
to Kim Cattrall? She used to be hot.
She's still hot. Okay, we're leaving for real,
No,
guys.
no.